Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Are you guys able to hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know so I can fix my audio. Can everybody hear me? Are we good? Perfect. So you guys know I've been talking about doing this episode for um, a couple of months now, but since we are in the month of June and Father's Day is approaching, I felt like this would be a good time to do a show in regards to the mental health in men. I'm not taking away from mental health in women, but we are going to focus on men as well. Can you guys see my picture? Are we all good with the AV or no? There's always something going on when I start these shows. Can you guys see it? Okay, so when it comes to mental health, I know a lot of you guys are familiar with the post that I made yesterday. So I did get into it with an individual who thought it would be funny to laugh at a man that cried. So in this particular group, the admin who told me I did not have permission to share the original post. So I could only share the comment and my comment to the person who made a really stupid comment. So the young lady that was in the group, her comment was out of pocket, and it had to do with her not respecting a man that cries. So the admin asked the group, "Why did your last relationship end, or why didn't it last?" And the female, decided to tell us why her relationship didn't last. And she said she was with her ex for almost 2 years, y'all. So her and this man were together for almost 2 years, which is not a short time, right? Anything over a year to me, that's time put in. But she said the relationship was going great, meaning that there were no issues until one day she caught him crying in the car. Well, she called him a Negro, but you know how females are. But she said she caught him crying in the car. When she asked him what was up, he said that his Pop Warner football coach passed away. Now, if all you guys know, Pop Warner is what, young boys, they were in it for football, basketball. It's when you're a young child, at elementary age. Pop Warner is still around for young boys and girls who want to do sports, and you start off in Pop Warner. So most of the times, those coaches are your mentors, right? While you're a child. So you look up to that person, whether it's a woman or a man. You look up to them as a mentor, a coach, a friend, someone that knows you. So she asked him how old the coach was, and the man told her he was 92. She said she immediately broke up with him because she felt at 92 the coach lived a full life and he shouldn't be crying like a toddler, how she put it. Um, I thought it was very insensitive. I thought it was stupid as fuck because a lot of men also grew up without a father in the household or a father figure. So they looked up to their coaches and counselors and certain individuals as the male figure in their life. Most of the time coaches are there for you. They know you because they watched you grow up. So this could have been one of those coaches who was there for him when he was young all the way up to when he was adult, which would make sense why he shed a tear. My husband shed a tear when one of his coaches passed away, because when you have that kind of effect on a man when he's young and you're in his life and you're genuine and you're real, they look at you as family. We family now, right? So I understood why this man was crying, but she felt it was a feminine trait and she broke up with this man. So, mind you, she broke up with this man after 2 years, almost 2 years, because he cried over one of his coaches passing. She said she didn't want that feminine behavior around her son, her bastard son. The son wasn't from him, it was from another relationship. And she left that man because of that. So I definitely had to jump on that thread and say that I felt like what she was doing was kind of fucked up. Because when I went back on her Facebook, she was telling everybody back in February how she had to go offline, log out of Facebook for a little while because she was celebrating her grandmother's 2 year anniversary. Grandmother's been gone 2 years and she's still depressed over it. So basically, she's saying it's perfectly okay for a woman to grieve, right? Her grandmother would have been 88, which is also a full life, right? But had a man said, hey, she lived a full life, get over it, stop crying like a little bitch, she probably would have gotten mad, right? And said that he was insensitive, a jackass, whatever. So I found it funny how when I called her on her shit and said, well, what about this? She insulted me by asking me how was Mother's Day. Now, a lot of people that know me know my mother is gone. She's been dead for over 20 years. But this is how these chicks do. They hit below the belt. So when she hit below the belt, I told her, how was that child support case that you just lost? So I didn't want to go that far with her, but she took it there. So what I'm trying to say is when men see that type of energy, that is why they don't open up, ladies. They don't open up because when they do, you laugh, you judge it, you think that it's weird that a man is shedding a tear. Now, I'm not talking about a man crying, out loud and boogers and snot and he acting a damn fool, but men tend to like to be to themselves and they shed a little tear. I would be more worried why he felt like he had to cry in the car instead of crying around her. So that kind of tells you already he didn't feel comfortable enough to cry in her presence. So he didn't need that woman anyway. But fellas, if you don't feel comfortable crying in front of your girl, you don't need to be with her. Because any woman that has a heart should understand where you are coming from. And I don't care who passed, a friend, a cousin, a colleague. You have a right to shed a tear. It is not feminine. It's not weak. It's not soft. Any woman that thinks like that, you need to kick that woman to the curb. Ain't no pussy that good where you need to change who you are as a man to fit this woman because she thinks that it's weak behavior. It's not weak behavior. I think a man that cries is a natural reaction, and I think more men should be open to doing that. But if you're not comfortable with doing it around certain women, you don't need to be around that woman. And I think anyone that laughs at it, I think you're pretty weird to me, and I think you should be called out because I don't see anything funny about a man shedding a tear. And that's why there's so many memes and so many women that call other men weak because other men don't stand up for each other and say, you know what, it's okay to cry. So in that particular instance, that just was a little piece of how women are when it comes to a man crying. Now, suicide rates currently are higher in men. See, back in the day, women won that race. More women were killing themselves. More women were doing that. Now it's men. So instead of men actually getting the help or opening up to someone, they just take their lives. Sometimes depression can do that. If you've never went through depression, then really you don't have a right to say what someone should or shouldn't do in that mindset. You really don't. And at the end of the day, when you say you don't want that type of behavior around your child, you're basically telling your child that it is not okay to cry ever in life. So he's going to grow up being this tough man that never shows emotion. Those are the wrong type of kids to raise because then they bottle all that emotion up until one day that one person sets them off and everybody dies. That's why it's dangerous. That's why you got to be able to open up and communicate with your kids and let them know that if they're feeling some type of emotion, let it be. It's natural. It's not weird. It's not gay. It's not feminine. Right? But too many women don't support this in men. They think it's all about them. What about when we have kids and we go through postpartum depression? I get that. Men go through it too. You know how many men go off to war and come back all fucked up and they don't even get the help? These men fought for the country, fought for us to be able to walk outside and be normal, just to come back to not getting the respect they deserve, right? Got to go to the VA clinic and wait months and months and months and months just to be seen, right? And then what do? They take their lives. What about football players who develop CTE and they end up killing themselves? So all those years y'all supported them playing football. Oh, yeah, he's great. Y'all don't give a fuck about his brain after the football, right? Oh, he's crazy. He's psycho, not knowing that it could be CTE. That's why this needs to be brought up more for men because they suffer. They suffer in silence. I remember when I was going through my time, I noticed that men were always put on standby and they would take the women first. They felt like women were first priority when it came to panic attacks or depression. Why are we doing that? Why are we not giving men the same energy? They're human too, especially those who go off to Iraq for years and years and years just to come back and be treated like shit. And then you wonder why a lot of them are taking their lives, right? They come back here with one leg, one arm, no limbs at all, and they still get treated like shit. And they were the ones fighting, right? So imagine what they go through. How many can go out there right now to Iraq and fight, see people get their head blown off right next to them and come back normal, right? That's why men are leading in suicide rates right now. But we don't want to acknowledge that, right? Because a lot of people want to focus on women. They think women need it more. No, they don't. Men need it just as much. I'm just looking at the comments here, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Oh, so guys, there's no picture? Y'all said there was a picture. Okay, so y'all don't see my icon. This is so weird. Okay, let me fix this real quick and put my picture on here because I can see it on my end. It's just a normal picture. I didn't use nothing special. Can you guys see it now? Can y'all see my picture now or no? I don't know why. Every time I go live on here, something's always wrong with YouTube. Can you guys see it? Still no picture? Okay, what about now? Can y'all see it now? Can everybody see my picture now? We good? Okay, cool. It just says mental health. So again, guys, we definitely have to do better, especially with women. Women, it's not always about you. You guys got to start acknowledging that men are allowed to show emotion. Men are allowed to tell you how they feel. But a lot of y'all don't even give a fuck about how they feel because you got your hand out. You don't mind getting your hair done, nails done, makeup done, looking good, going shopping, going out to eat, doing all those fun things. But when it comes to some real shit, y'all back away. That's too much for y'all to handle. They don't want to deal with that. A lot of people were laughing at Michael B. Jordan saying he gonna cry in the corner. Oh, he about to be depressed. Here we go. He about to go crazy. He about to be on his crib. Why? Why do we talk? So because he broke up with Lori Harvey, he's gonna go through a depression. And why would that be laughed at? Because if this man let his guard down and gave his all in the relationship, you don't get back time. That's one thing you guys have to realize. You never get back time that was wasted. So imagine getting with somebody for over a year. They're saying they love you. You're spending your money on them, making them happy, making them feel safe and secure just for them to tell you they don't want a commitment. You would have wanted that from the beginning, not a year in. Only a whole ass motherfucker will wait until the year is up and say, oh, yeah, I just want to have fun. So imagine being a man who always had your guard up and you let it down for this hoe. You finally let it down, thinking that maybe she's different. Maybe she'll be different with me because I'm going to show her the world. Just to be told that you never wanted a serious relationship. That's something you tell people on day one. That's why these motherfuckers be going crazy. You watch these first 48 killing shows, and men hate to have their time wasted. Well, if this bitch would have told me that she just wanted to fuck different niggas every other month, then I would not have went all out for this woman. So when a man gives you their all and you just put the brakes on that, some people don't like their time played with or their emotions, especially men. Men don't like their emotions to be played with because they're not emotional already like us. So when a man lets his guard down for you because he sees something in you and then you let him know that it was just for fun, a lot of them do go into a depression because they don't get that time if they waste it back. They could have been giving that love to a real woman, not some bitch on the street. That's all I'm saying. And people are quick to say that, oh, it's weak behavior, or you was just pussy whipped. No, a man that actually lets his guard down for you doesn't mean he's pussy whipped. It means that he saw something in you, you made him feel good. And to know that it was a scam or a trick, or you weren't for real about it. Some people don't like that shit. Then you see them on A&E stalking her and then catch her off guard and bam, she's gone. That's how quick you can, because they don't like their emotions to be played with. Men are tough. So when they let their guard down for you and they do the PDA, the public display, when they're saying, I love you and I respect you and man, I can't get enough of you, and then you say it was just for fun, a lot of men don't like that. Period. Period. And any woman that laughs at a man who does go into a dark space because of that, y'all just as filthy. Because had Michael B. Jordan dropped Lori Harvey and she went into a depression, all the womenhood would have been like, how can he do that? How could you do that to her? Somebody go check on her. Go make sure she's okay. Please, somebody go check on her. She didn't deserve this, right? The womenhood will be all on that. They'll be hating on him. Shame on you, you motherfucker. You bitch ass motherfucker. They'll be all on his page calling him bitch and all type of stuff. Now let's reverse the roles. If Michael B. Jordan would have dropped her and said, you know what, I thought about it. I don't love them hoes. These women would have been up in arms. And then let's say he scrubbed every picture from his Instagram. But then Lori Harvey leaves the pictures of them on her page. These women would coddle her. Oh, you poor thing. What can we do? Someone started GoFundMe. Somebody started Change.org to get him off of social media. They would make sure that Michael B. Jordan didn't have another movie deal. Tell me I'm lying. But the fact that a woman dumps him and he keeps the pictures on his page, they're laughing at him, calling him pussy whip, saying that he's weak. You shouldn't have fell for no hoe. But we really don't know the dynamics, right? She could have really made him think that she was going to change. Sometimes hoes know how to play their role. They know how to act it out until they don't want to act anymore. And they say, I just wanted to have fun, right? Then you hear them on A&E, crime shows, because these guys say, oh, so you wasted a year of my time and all my money, bitch? Now you'll see why these men get mad? Some men don't know how to handle that when they've given you all they can and then you treat them like shit. Some men don't know how to handle that. Because if you would have told them straight up what it was, then they wouldn't have had no expectation of marrying you. They wouldn't have spent no big money, rented out an aquarium. They would have treated you like a hoe, right? Gave you a couple $100 here, there, and they would have kept it moving till they found someone that was worth their love, right? But you can't sit there and play with these men's feelings like that, making them think that, you know what? Spend that money. I'm going to make you think that there's going to be a future. Then I'm going to hit you with, like, I just want to be friends. I didn't want to be in no serious relationship, but you knew that on day one. And then what happens to the men? I spent all this money, all this time, took pictures with the bitch. We displayed our love in front of everybody, went on trips, and you're telling me that was just for fun? Oh, yeah, somebody gonna die. That's a man that doesn't know how to control his emotions because he got played. Being played is not a good feeling. And it doesn't give a man a right to kill or hurt someone. But it doesn't give somebody a right to play with someone's feelings either, because you don't know how they're going to handle that. That's all I'm saying. I've watched enough crime TV to know that you don't fuck with someone's feelings. Women get emotional too. Oh, so you was using me for my pussy? What they do? Slash the tires, break the windows, write dog on the car. Women been doing that for years, y'all. And women used to say, go ahead, sis. How dare he? Break your shit. Bust his windows out. Am I right? So women can act on emotion, but men can't. Get the fuck out of here. Who do we have on the panel today? Hey, Black Rage. Can you guys hear me? Y'all said my audio is going out. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me now? Are we all good? Can everybody hear me? Hey, Black Rage, can you hear me? Black Rage, are you there? Okay, looks like, I don't know. Black Rage, I can't hear you. Can you guys hear Black Rage? Because I can't hear him. Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm about to say, man, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Well, basically, I'm active duty, as I already told some of y'all already, but I just came back from Korea like last March, and things kind of get bad for me. And basically, they had to put me in a psych ward for a couple of days. Like they called the MPs on me. I had like 8 police on me, and Like shit just got like a little hectic, and I was about to start flipping out and shit. Like people don't know like pressure that be on me like on a day to day basis and shit. So, cause I was waiting for you to do this show so I can somewhat speak, cause you and others kind of helped me to like talk about the shit. Cause as a black man, you can't trust people because they tend to use our shit against us, from females to random people. That's why a lot of men don't say shit to people. Can you hear
Were
me?
you done? I didn't want to interrupt you. Were you done?
For right now, yes.
No. So you're saying that you were in a psych ward because they thought you were crazy?
No, I was kind of starting going off too, because like I said, I had a lot of stuff. It just kept kind of pressuring me with stuff like work stuff, and
Yeah.
I was about to start going off and shit, and start putting a foot in people's ass. They had to call the police on me, and basically, I'm getting out now and stuff because they diagnosed me with like anxiety, depression, signs of PTSD. Because I get nervous around a group, a lot of people get angry and stuff, and they didn't want me to start flipping out and fucking people up.
So, do you talk to anybody right now whenever you're feeling anxious or any anxiety? Do you have someone you can call to talk to or no?
To be honest with you, I just rather handle it because I'm used to handling things by myself, especially as a man. And I just isolate myself from everybody because I don't. That way, I don't hurt nobody, and I ain't got no one testing me. So I just stay away from people.
I definitely respect you saying that, you know, try to handle things on your own, but trust me when I tell you it is perfectly okay for you to talk to someone. It's cool to handle it, but it makes you feel better when you're able to talk to someone who's like-minded like you, who's went through what you're going through. This is why I created this. There's a lot of men out there who are going through exactly what you're going through. And you guys would know that because you guys don't speak about it. Today we speaking about it. And if anybody thinks it's funny, after this show, I will do a roast video on whoever thinks it's funny. I got the time. So I
Yeah,
want you to know that you don't have to suffer this alone. You got
they gave me
me. Go
medication though.
ahead.
Yeah,
Go
they
ahead. I'm
gave me
sorry.
medication and stuff too, so I got to take like on a day to day basis. So, but they got me on Florexin. I think it's like Prozac or something, supposed to keep me calm and stuff. Because I told them straight up, like after they put me in behavioral health and stuff, and I had to go to those mandatory therapy sessions, I told them, hey, I can't do this no more. Either y'all let me out, or I end up in a body bag, or I hurt a lot of people. I'm tired of this shit. Just like anybody who knows active duty and you in a bad unit, you kind of know what it's like, especially in you in a field armament unit. Because I'm in the armor unit with tanks and stuff.
Wow. Well, I definitely want to say thank you for your service because you don't have to be doing what you're doing right now. You chose to do that to defend our rights so that we can be free. So thank you. But
To be
just
honest
know
with
you
you,
don't
I
go
did it
ahead.
for like a job. Be honest with you, I did it for like a job, and I thought I was improving my life. And a lot of time I regret even joining this shit. But right now I'm in the process of getting out too because they told me, yeah, you got to go. So no, I'm not getting this. I'm getting honorable and all, but just they told me, yeah, they said it feel better if I go, and because you obviously is on edge, and because again they diagnosed me depression, anxiety, and signs of PTSD because I get nervous around like in a store and shit. I just
Right.
left the store and I'm nervous as hell too, like because too much people I can't keep track of. Somebody just like walked right close behind me. I didn't realize I almost turned around and swung. Like they kind of bumped me. I almost took their head off. And I was in a prime position too. Just but
Well,
I had to realize
I want
I
to
had
tell you,
to,
you got some people in the comments who have also who can relate to what you're going through. And even with them giving you an honorable discharge, it doesn't give them the right to say, "Oh yeah, you're crazy." I'm sure when you came into this, you didn't have these feelings of depression or anxiety. It happens after putting time in, right?
yeah, because I've been in like 3 years.
So this is why this is an issue with the military and army and all of them. When you guys go in and you risk your life and you see people getting killed and you see people dropping right there on the side of you, you have to kill people. It changes you. And how dare they
No,
make you seem like you're crazy when you've been exposed to a lot of shit. So this
to
just
be
tells you
honest
how
with you,
much they go
I
ahead.
haven't been to war, and I'm not gonna lie and say I have been. I just been to Korea, but I have seen like before I went to Korea. I know at least in my barracks building, I want to say a good 5 people kill themselves. I saw one of the bodies getting carried out one day too. Cause I
See,
saw when they put the sheet over his head and everything.
so something like that can still change someone. You still went to another place that's not where you're usually familiar. Have you been to Korea before? You did live
No.
there? Okay, so that was a whole culture shock, correct?
Yes.
And you had to adjust and be acclimated, correct?
Yeah.
Was that
It's for
easy?
like 9 months though. So
You said it took you 9 months?
yeah, it was. I was over there for not like 9 months.
Okay, now the adjustment, getting acclimated with Korea, was that easy or was that very hard?
The time difference, yeah, cause like right now it's daytime over there, it's night. So sleep schedule wise is gonna be a mess because you're just not used to it. And just making sure you don't offend nobody and just don't do nothing stupid. Even though I stayed on base and yeah, make sure I try to do the right thing because it's a lot stricter over there. Because especially with my job, because I deal with communications and technology, so certain things I have a secret clearance, or certain things I gotta do that other people don't, and certain rules I gotta apply, I gotta abide by, or some shit will hit
Mm-hmm.
the fan, which will cause me to go to jail for like a good 20 years.
Well,
So that
so again, I want you to know that you do have some people in the comments that understand what you're going through, and you don't have to go through this alone. I say this to people all the time. If they ever need someone to talk to, I'm available to listen. I'm available to offer advice because a lot of people have had really bad journeys when it came to their mental health. Some of them didn't even know what it was.
I
Uh,
didn't.
I'm very familiar with the pills that you're taking. I was on Ativan, I was on Klonopin, I was on a lot of different pills. When they tried to give them to me, I wouldn't take them. I don't do pills. I like the natural, holistic way. And there's a lot of other ways that you can cope without drugs. Drugs is like a temporary band aid. You're still going to have those symptoms. The
Yeah, they had me on Zoloft before this, but I had to stop taking it
pill,
because
go ahead.
weight gain and I was feeling off and just like a zombie and shit. Like I don't know what the fuck going on. And I'm just my mom was gone and shit. I'll be sitting out, like hot ass sun in 100 foot, just sitting there not knowing what the fuck going on. I'd be forgetting shit. And I told them like, yeah, I gotta stop taking these pills. And that's when they gave me these ones.
Do you think the pills are working?
I just started the new ones because it took me a while because I was hesitating. Should I just take it or not? But since I'm getting out, I don't know. I just stopped. I don't know. I'm barely taking them now, but these new ones, but I'm still like, because I've heard about the side effects. It's some dangerous one compared to men, if you get my meaning. And that's really why I don't want to happen.
Right. Well, that's why I was saying that to you. Maybe we should talk off of here because that's the one thing when I got diagnosed with anxiety, depression, I became a hypochondriac. So I looked at every pill, every side effect, and what I'm telling you, brother, is that Prozac is not going to do nothing for you. All it's going to do is get you addicted to taking pills, and you're better than that. That's how these hospitals make money. Every prescription they write off, that's how they get paid, y'all. So they're quick to tell you, go get this pill, go get that pill. But then y'all hear about these pills being the number one reason that people are dying, overdose, right? You heard about Kanye West's journey when they try to put him on what's that big drug? I forgot the name of it. Dang, what's that new drug that's killing people?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Thank you, sir. They're giving people that now for anxiety. Now, they always say go to a doctor because there's certain amounts that you can take and there's fatal amounts that can kill you. A lot of people are dying from opiates, right? It starts with Prozac and it ends with Xanax and Klonopin and Ativan. Now you're addicted to pills. And every time they sign off on a prescription, you're getting more and more pills and you're damaging your organs. That's all that's doing, y'all. But that's how they get paid. How they gonna get paid if they tell you to go to GNC and buy some St. John's wort? That's too easy, right? That's going to help you live longer. They want something that's going to end you quicker.
What's St.
That's,
John's Wort?
it's drops that you put in water and it calms you. It's natural. It's what
Oh,
I started with. When I had my anxiety, my panic attacks, I looked at the natural ways of living. I didn't want any pills because I knew what all those pills would do, right? It's easy to become addicted to a benzo because that's what they give you. Prozac was the number one benzo that they give people. They're not going to give you that good stuff like the Ativan and Klonopin. They're going to give you the Prozac first.
yeah.
So all I'm saying is, you're a black man and you're strong in what you're doing. I'm sure most people won't even think about going to Korea or even doing the things you're doing now.
Yeah,
So
because
all I'm saying is, you don't have to suffer alone. You definitely have support.
Because I just, like I said, I stay by myself, so no one will take me off, and I don't end up having to hurt nobody and send them to the hospital, especially if they ain't. Because just because I'm feeling some type of way. Because I'll be honest with you, some of these people like in the military, they be asking for ass whooping. It's several of them, male and female. They be asking for ass whooping,
I
and
believe
you
it.
trying not to give it to them, but you got some people like most people that kind of know me, they know not to fuck with me to an extent like they know I'll get busy. But you got some, they feel like if you're not like jacked up, they think you weak or something, or you a bitch or something until you had to put hands on them. So I've almost gotten to it like with several people before in the army. I had a dude run from me one time, saying he's a shooter, he's gonna get his gun. And I told him I was gonna take his gun and pistol whip him and his dog face bitch.
So yeah, and look, the anger is understandable. People don't understand, and what they don't know and don't understand, they're gonna continue to press your buttons because they know what's gonna get you mad. Just like think about Kanye West when he start going on his rants. What do people call him? Crazy, right? Even though y'all know he's bipolar, people are still judging him and laughing at him. He must be off his meds. He must be. And as a rich billionaire, that hurt his feelings so much that he actually posted a comment from a nobody saying that he must be off his meds. That's how much it hurt him. It just tells you that they're human first. He didn't like that. We don't like to be told we're off our meds and now we're crazy. No, we're not crazy. We just want to be heard. We just want people to understand that this anxiety and depression and panic attacks, you won't understand it unless you're going through it. People keep saying that, oh, he's just crazy. Oh, he's psycho. Don't say nothing to him, not knowing that that's a part of your anxiety and depression. Your triggers. We all have triggers. You got some people that can't go out in public. They can't even get into their car. They're so scared. Can't get on a plane. Can't even go to work. They just hide in a house all day because nobody understands them, right? So we're trying to break that stigma, especially for Black people. We have to do better with our Black men and women, especially men. Men, it is okay to cry. It is okay to be upset, and it is okay to talk to people about what you're experiencing because holding it all in won't do anything for you but kill you faster. And if you have kids, how could you do that to them?
Yeah, I don't have kids, but
Do you have nephews, nieces?
yeah, I got nieces and
Okay,
stuff.
they need you around. You're their uncle. They need you around. Even if you don't have no kids, I'm sure your nieces and nephews love you very much.
Yeah, I know. Like when I was over there in Korea and stuff, I know I woke up one morning and stuff, even though time difference stuff. I find a family member of mine died and stuff. One of my cousin's mom died and stuff. And I had to figure out how to, because I couldn't be there to, and I had to say apologies. I sorry I couldn't make it and shit. They say they don't hold it against me, but I still feel some type of way. And before I went to Korea, like a year or two, I lost my grandma. I had to pull some strings so I can go see the funeral.
Definitely sorry to hear that. I know that had to be hard to pull those strings as well. I know it's hard to get out of there when you're in. It had to be like a serious, something serious had to have happened for them to let you, do that. So I'm glad you were able to pull some strings to go to the funeral.
Because before she died, I went to a field exercise. I had to go to like California. Like anybody in the military know about NTC. That's a big ass desert in the California, like in California. Like you can't walk off. You might end up dying there. People has died there and stuff. So that's coming up. And a tank coming to you, the pressure's on you, and you got higher ups that they just care about looking good. They don't care about nothing else and shit. And some of them just retarded. And then I found out my grandma died. I ended up throwing one of my water bottles like against the locker, and I ended up denting the locker with a metal flash, because it's hard as hell. So I said, "What?" My mom told me, "Yeah, your grandma passed away." I pick up my water bottle, and I just threw it as hard as I can against the locker, and just I had to tell him like, "Hey, give me a minute, because mind you, we know a full work day, like 9:30 in the morning, and that just happened to hit me, and I had so much shit to do. They had to tell me like, "Hey, you need to take the day off."
And that's what they usually do. What's sad is that in our military, they say they care about you guys, but
They
you guys
don't.
are dispendable when you think about it. One person dies, they just enlist somebody else. I don't think they genuinely care about the mental health of you guys. They provide you guys with resources or tell you where to go, but I don't think they actually listen. And then they call you crazy for some shit that you did to help defend the world. Whether it was you going to war or you seeing people die around you or hearing that someone died and you were exposed to it or saw someone's body being carried out, all that can be traumatizing. I guarantee you. No one wants to see the body of somebody being carried out. So again, I would just tell you, Black Rage, you definitely need to start speaking to somebody because you do have a lot of pent up anger. I can hear it. I can feel it. And in order for you to be able to control your anger and not feel like you're going to swing on someone when they're behind you, you have to start healing and you have to start trusting just a little bit. I know it's not going to be easy, but you got to start addressing your triggers head on because if you don't, Black Rage, it's not going to end well. And I'm telling you this as a Black woman because I've seen it, I've witnessed it, I lived it. So I wouldn't tell you something that wouldn't be the best advice. And maybe we should talk more outside of this so that when you are having a trigger, you can call and say, look, I'm about to fuck somebody up and we can both count together because we need you in this world and so does your nieces and nephews.
You can go on my channel and then you can get your. I don't have social media because that should make me mad and shit. So you can just go on
Mm-hmm.
my channel and we can talk from there. And I'll give you my email or something.
That's a start. That's a start because I really feel in my heart you're very private and you wouldn't even have done this if you didn't respect me. So I respect that. I'll take that. So we'll definitely get together after this show. Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, as a man, you especially a black man, you got so much people against you from certain black women to other races of people. That's why we don't talk shit. People don't realize that shit because you got some people that think you a bitch, and then when you have to show them who they playing with, then they look at you as a bad guy. And no one, especially if you're from the hood, you know you got to do way more than have to. Like, if you got to fight somebody, you got to damn near kill them with your bare hands to let them know to send that message.
Right.
Because like military, I feel like this shit like somewhat like a college slash prison some way. Because you got some of these dudes that they think is like they'll think he's something to play with, and they'll be talking to you crazy until you like, who the fuck you talk? Because I've even heard of certain privates about to fight sergeants and shit because of their mouth and shit.
Wow. I
And
definitely understand.
I know I've had people say you should go go on dates with girls. I'm like, you can't do because some of these girls is shysty as hell and for the streets. So you think you could violate one of them? She tell everybody, and the shit happens. You might end up getting a sexual harassment charge or some shit.
I agree. I hear you. So just know that we will get together and we will definitely talk more about
Yeah.
your mental
I
health.
got
Okay.
I got videos on my channel too, so you can just click on random ones and just you'll talk from there. I'll see it.
Okay. Do me a favor and drop your channel in the comments. Can you do that for me, please?
Um, it's the same as my name. Yeah, it's the same as my name. So
Okay.
because
If you drop it in the comments, that'll make it easier for me.
I'm on the
Okay.
phone now. So
No, I know you're on the phone now. I'm saying when you get off the phone, if you can do
all
that,
right,
that'd be great.
I put it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for opening up and talking to us. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And if you want to hang back, you can.
yeah, all right.
Okay, perfect. So I know that couldn't have been easy for him to come on here, guys, and say this on a live show. James, James, if you can get on, I would love to have you on because you're a great mentor, and I know that you've dealt with a lot of men that has had depression and things like that. So James, if you can get on the panel, I did drop the link a couple times in the comments. Please come on. You guys, we definitely have to do better. Like I said, I find it funny how I saw a lot of people laughing, when it comes to a man getting his heart broke. And again, we can sit here and go all day saying, "Oh, he should have known that." Michael B. Jordan should have known that Lori Harvey was a hoe. But at the end of the day, guys, we can't judge how he felt, and we can't judge him taking a chance on a hoe. At the end of the day, I think it's even worse that women are laughing at him now. We all know that he hasn't posted on his Instagram in a little while. They saw him out at the basketball game. He didn't look like himself. And people laughed at that. They said, "You got all this money, Michael B. Just get you a new hoe." It's not that easy when a man let his guard down. Ladies, I need you to understand that for a man who already has this wall built up sky high, the wall's so high, you can't even get over the wall. You have to slowly break it down and break it down and break it down. So imagine a man that's that sheltered and that broken, finally taking a chance on a race of a woman that he probably didn't like at first. We don't know why he didn't like black women. I'm just going to take a guess and say because they probably called him Dusty. Because if anybody followed Michael B. Jordan's career, he was not always this Creed built guy who was big and buff, and he was dusty. He had the braids. He looked like your average guy on the south side of Chicago selling nickel bags, right? So my thing is, why are we laughing at him now that he got his heart broken? Because a man like him, who hasn't deleted any pictures from being with this hoe, saying that he loves her, things like that, that couldn't have been easy for him to do. He let his guard down. And this is what happens when you let your guard down. So now you ladies know why men are so tough and why they just spend money on hoes and go. So now we have to analyze why Future does this and Nick Cannon does this, why they just fuck women, have babies, and keep it moving. Because they don't trust love. We have to start looking at it from both angles. They don't trust it. Let's not forget, Nick Cannon was pussy whipped on Mariah Carey. Remember? Got the tattoo on his back and, oh, I love her. They get married, they have kids, and he act like the shit didn't exist. Got the tattoo covered up, but we not gonna forget when you was pussy whipped, Nick Cannon. Something happened in that marriage that made him say, fuck it. Because let's not forget, before Nick Cannon married Mariah Carey, he was not having bastard kids, y'all. He had no kids at all. The kids started with Mariah. So we have to ask ourselves, could that marriage have been real bad? He thought he was in love with this woman and found out she is a diva and she's selfish. Because mind you, Mariah Carey was with that billionaire who said she was nuts, right? She's crazy. So if he's saying that, then we can just imagine what Nick Cannon went through. But for the sake of the kids, he didn't want to disrespect Mariah Carey. But that marriage could have been so toxic and fucked up where he said, fuck love. Have we ever thought about it like that? Because a lot of y'all love, saying, oh, he just spreading his seed everywhere, which he is. He is a pit bull with that pink thing, and he's squirting at all these women. But have you guys ever thought about, could it have been that marriage that fucked him up? We have to think of it on both ends. Because it was after that marriage that Nick Cannon became a world-class hoe. And he started having all these bastard kids. But let's not forget, his first 2 kids were in a marriage. He did it right. So we got to look at it from both points of view, guys. He could have had a fucked up life. And that's something I am going to post. Because I thought about that. I sat back and said, Nick Cannon didn't have no kids when he got Mariah. He was kidless. We didn't hear about him. Now, we heard about him sleeping with Kim Kardashian and Christina Milian. He was smashing these chicks, but he wasn't having no kids. He gets with Mariah Carey, gets married, has his 2 kids with her. And then after that, this man goes fucking nuts and starts pumping and dumping, right? So that marriage could have fucked him up where he was just like, fuck it. Fuck love. Same thing could have happened to Future. Before Future became a hoe, he had one woman, had that kid with her, then he started going crazy. So we have to ask ourselves, when men let their guards down and women fuck them over, it's like it's a one-time thing with them. They're like, fuck it. After that one woman breaks their heart or fucks them over, they're like, fuck every woman after her. Can we look at it both angles like that? I'm just asking. Men, y'all can speak up and tell me if I could be right. But let's not act like Nick Cannon wasn't married for 7 years and had 2 babies that were in the marriage. They weren't bastards. And Mariah Carey has been known to be selfish, inconsiderate, a big diva. They call her a diva. The rich guy said she was fucking nuts. So now I got to go back and say, maybe Nick wasn't the problem. It could have been Mariah. Right? So all I'm saying, guys, is we got to look at it from both avenues. Okay, guys, we have James on the show. Hey, James.
Hey, thanks for bringing me on, Celeb. I'm honored to be here.
No problem. No problem at all. I just wanted to have you on to, get your your thoughts on men and mental health. I know you deal with a lot of men that are experiencing mental health issues, and they're like on their last, leg, and they're just like, what, I can't do this no more. And you talk them right off the ledge. You don't let them jump. So I just wanted you to kind of share with them what you do as a mentor, because I know you've actually helped a couple of my friends as well.
Absolutely. I'm honored. First of all, here's what I do. I work with anyone that's suffering through limb loss from an accident, trauma, life, childbirth, whatever it is. Whether you lose an arm, a leg, or anything that may happen to you in life, I'm there to catch a man right at the lowest moment of depression and work with them until they overcome it, start living their lives. And along the way, I've seen many of them threaten to take their life, and some too actually go through it. So what you do, Daphne, is so encouraging, because these are the life issues they deal with. But imagine on top of that having your woman leave you because of you lost your leg in a motorcycle accident, and she's like, "I didn't sign up to be a caretaker," and leave the day before you have your leg amputated.
You still there? You kind of cut
Yeah,
out.
I am the I was getting a feedback for some reason, so I'm sorry. I don't know what.
Okay, everybody should be muted. Please make sure you guys are all muted when he's speaking. Go ahead, James.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Let me see here. The I was going to share this with you. I deal with men and women right when at their lowest moments, and when I say about their suicide rates are so high, I'd say in the last year alone, I've had two men commit all because of a relationship. People have no idea that the most challenging moments physically, mentally, it can be a challenge as well. So if someone walks away from you when you need them most, it's very easy to want to take your own life.
For some reason, you keep cutting out.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Finally, can you hear me now? Or
Yeah,
how's
we
that?
can hear you now. Every time you start to talk, it
Boy,
fades.
I wish there was somehow to stop the double feedback. So
Were you finished? I'm sorry.
yeah, I'll stop there. I just wanted to do the intro of what I do, and then thank you for what you do for us. I'm done.
Okay, thank you so much, James. And fellas, if you guys need a good mentor, James is always willing to help. He actually took on one of my friends. He's the mentor to my friend who I've worked with for over 10 years. And he said that James is wonderful. So fellas, know that there are people out there that are willing to help you. You just have to don't be afraid to ask for the help. That's all I'm saying. You're not looked at as weak. I don't laugh at men that come in my inbox and say, "Hey, can I call you real quick? I just need to vent." I'm okay with that. Just don't be on no stupid shit. Because I'm willing to listen, but then when you start redirecting it somewhere else, I will hang up on you. Because I really take mental health really serious. That's why when y'all saw my meme floating out there and you had celebrities sharing it, it was a page that took my meme and put his watermark on it. And it went viral. It was shared 962,000 times on some people's pages. And it was my meme. And people said, "Why are you tripping?" People steal all the time. How can you steal my words and put your watermark on it when you don't even give a fuck about mental health? If I'm looking on your page and I see ass and titties, and then you post that one mental health meme that gets you almost 1 million likes, I know you're monetized. I know you got paid off it. Every other picture you made was 50 likes, 100 likes, but the one that you stole from me got you the most. I do have a problem with that because you weren't genuine. You didn't give a fuck about what I was saying. You just posted it to get monetized, to get the attention, so that people can look at those nasty videos and increase your views. I know what it's about. When it comes to mental health and what I'm saying, I don't like my shit to be stolen. You can share it all day. Just don't steal from me because they're my thoughts. Why the fuck would you want to steal somebody else's thoughts and not create your own? You're scared? You don't think you can be good on your own? You had a lot of pages stealing from me. I had to get a strike on like 20 pages because they went viral on my work. And here I am. I don't steal from anybody. I'm genuine about my mental health journey. I'm not just posting it for clickbait. But you got a lot of pages that post it for clickbait and they don't give two shits about mental health. A lot of y'all follow the shade room, right? How many times did they make a post saying anybody need mental health guidance? Reach out to us. Instead, they tell you to spend $1,000 for a 12-hour spot. How is that empowering and giving back? Your biggest YouTube people, how many of them said, "You know what? Today, I want to give back to the people that have put me in this position"? How many do that? How many say, "I'm free, reach out to me"? How many actually say that? I know a lot of you guys follow a lot of bigger pages than me that are way bigger than I'll ever get. How many of them ever did an episode saying, "I want to give back to you guys because y'all paying me? My pockets are full"? Probably none. Not that many. One or two. I don't see it often. I don't. And that's what makes it worse because it's them putting you in that position. Like I told you guys on the other show, I'm not shit without y'all. This show will be nothing without you guys. So why not give back? Why not say, hey, I'm free? Child support advice, mental health advice, I'm free. Y'all gonna be spending $100 to get an attorney to tell you the same shit I can tell you for free. How many people are doing that right now? I don't say, hey, buy a shirt and then I tell you the advice. That ain't me. Nobody can say that I ever did that to them. Buy a shirt and then I tell you. But that's what a lot of these YouTubers are doing. Buy my book, right? Buy my book and then subscribe to my email, $5 a month. Who does that type of shit? Right now, people that their pockets are tight. Gas prices are higher than Lori Harvey's track record. These gas prices are high, so families just don't have $100 an hour for you to tell them some shit they could have Googled, right? So I actually care about the household as well. And that man also getting, the best when it comes to advice. Because an attorney will tell you, well, if you give me this money, I'll tell you. And it shouldn't be that way, right? We should be helping each other if we can. So James is one of those people that don't charge, and he will be there for you too, fellas. So I got some more people that came on the panel. I'll start with Joshua. Joshua, you can take your phone off mute if you want to, and tell me what you think, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Clear and well. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I just want to give praise and honor and thanks to you for doing this. You don't have to. So, thank you. And I'm sure many other people feel the same way. I wanted to piggyback on something you just said. Well, first of all, I'm actually in the mental health field as well. Right now, I'm working in the male's prison for inmates who have had substance abuse issues. One thing that made me want to get into that field was that I had an uncle that passed from fentanyl overdose, and he dealt with certain mental health things that he didn't really talk about, and a lot of those issues stemmed from his mom. A lot of my issues stemmed from my mom. About 2 years ago, in December, I seriously contemplated suicide. Like I was on that ledge, and the lady that I was dating, she was, very scared. She called my mom, and my mom just cursed me out so bad. She told me that I was bitching, I was complaining, that I needed to stop doing this, and she just really went on. And I said, Mom, I was on the ledge, and that could have really, put me over the ledge. And a couple of days later, she apologized, and she said, I just didn't think men dealt with stuff like that. I've never seen men, be emotional or deal with things like that. So I apologize. And that's a big issue for us. We're scared to open up. Lately, I've been going through things where I just been having extreme anger issues. I'm a former vet, and what I realized was that I've always dealt with mental health issues, but because of the way our community is, I was never able to vocalize it. So I just compartmentalized everything. Everything that I dealt with, heartache, depression, anxiety, I just compartmentalized everything. And now, as a 34-year-old grown man, it comes out sporadically in ways where sometimes I feel like I can't control it. So I had to go to the therapist, to the VA, and start speaking to someone because I said, I don't want to black out and do something that I regret doing. Next thing you know, I'm spending the rest of my life in jail because I didn't seek help. You know what I mean? So these issues are real, and I just think it's a crying shame that every time a man is emotional, we get laughed at. But then they want us to open up, and we go, "Why?" We get ridiculed. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like it really does hurt that when a man cries and we open up, people laugh at us. We're human beings too. It's like we're only seen as expendable people. We're only here to protect you and provide money for you, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? We're not robots. So I just wanted to come on and say that, and definitely give thanks to you. Um, I'm also in the mental health field. I'll be done school soon. I'm just finishing up my clinical hours because this is a important topic. We all deal with things. Nobody is immune to the trials and tribulations and the battles of the mind. We all need to speak to someone. So, fellas, please just reach out to anyone that you can whenever you're dealing with things. Don't try to compartmentalize it. Don't try to handle it yourself. Like Miss Daphne said, it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you a punk. Reach out and get these issues off your chest.
I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. And with you being in the mental health field, sometimes we can all use a little help. Sometimes we get anxieties from helping other people because we're trying to tell them to calm down, and their energy, we kind of, adapt that energy too. And then we get anxious. So just
Mm-hmm.
know that you're not alone. And if you ever want to talk, I'm here too. Okay.
Okay, thank you. One more thing, Miss
Go ahead.
Daphne. Real quick, I just took off my Instagram. I took it down for a while because it was, it was a little stressful. I was on it too much, but I'm still on Facebook. I actually created through that situation I told you about when I was suicidal and depressed. I created a mental health brand, and I just wanted to see if I could run it past you. Maybe I could send it to you on Facebook just to see if I can get your quick thoughts on it. Is that okay?
That is okay. That is perfectly okay.
Okay, I'll shoot you a inbox. My name is Joshua. And I'll shoot you a message on Facebook. I just want to get your thoughts on it since we're both in the same field. That's all.
No problem. I'm definitely open to looking at that. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for being on.
No
So
problem. No problem.
next we have Brian. Brian, you can take your phone off mute, and I would love to hear what you have to say, sir. Can you hear me? I saw you took your phone off mute, Brian, but we can't hear you. Can you hear me, Brian? Can anybody hear Brian, or is it just me?
No, we can't hear him.
Okay. Brian, we can't hear you at all, sir, but I saw that you took your phone off mute. Brian? Okay, so while we're waiting on Brian, thank you so much, James, for that shout out. James did say that he would definitely help someone with the shirt right now. So a lot of you guys are familiar with my mental health brand that I do have. That I have my own website, and it's been like that for a little while. Now, what I've seen, I see a lot of women buying shirts for like their uncles. I do see that happening. But I would love for more men to support it because it's about you. It's about you guys. And I've also sent maybe 30 free shirts to people without charging them a dime. The only thing that makes me mad is if I'm sending you a free shirt, it shouldn't take you a month to put it on and take a picture. That's the only thing that really grinds my gears because you didn't even pay for the shit. I paid for it, customized it, and sent it to you, and you're showing your appreciation by not even wearing it. Even if you don't want to wear it out the house and you want to get some shoes and a do-rag to match, whatever, just take a picture in it and send it to me. You guys know I love to see, people that support the brand, rock the brand. I mean, you got a lot of people out here that won't send you shit for free, but I've sent quite a bit of shirts for free to people. And out of those 30 shirts I've sent for free, maybe only 10 have taken pictures. So that just tells me how much people really support. And it's okay. Like I said, everybody's not going to support you until they see you signing big deals. And I already know if it's genuine support or a support because y'all know something big is about to happen. James is somebody that has been a big supporter of me for the past maybe 3 or 4 months. And he's always been there. So I always send him shirts and he always takes a picture and posts it. And he's also sponsored through Under Armour. So they're way higher than me. And yet he still takes pictures and posts them on his Instagram. That's a good person. Genuine. A lot of people don't do that. So all I'm saying is to those people that I've actually sent shirts to for free, if it hurts you to post it, don't tell me that you'll rock it then. Because I could send it to someone that will rock it. And I do want to give a shout out to Leon Rogers in Chicago. He does the radio, WGCI, and he is always giving me my props. He always rocks a shirt. He always gives me props. And it's because of him I have some celebrities that have asked me for shirts. And I told them, look, I ain't even going to charge y'all. Rock it first. Them actually wearing it and sharing it to their millions of followers, that to me is enough. Sometimes it ain't even about the money. It's about how you can get the reach out there for me, right? Sometimes you're going to have to lose some money to get some back. And all I'm saying is we have to be able to support each other. And I think this brand that I have, it'll never get old. It'll never die down. I know it's not Louis Vuitton. I know it's not Gucci or Coach. But damn, this is about y'all, man. I'm doing this for you guys. And y'all not even supporting it. And if it's that hard where you guys can't afford a shirt, I better not see no pictures of y'all going to Papados and all these expensive places and you're showing a receipt for $300 when you could have bought one shirt for $30, right? So again, a lot of people say, oh, I don't have it in the budget, but you forgot that Gucci belt you posted. So don't tell me that. Just say you don't want to buy the shit, and I'm cool with that. All I'm saying, fellas, is this was created for you guys. But yet I've had more females by the church for their dads and uncles, when we should be telling our dads and uncles about it so they can look and see the vision, right? This is about men. Women too, but I want to make this focus about men. So I was hoping to have like a big collage of just all men rocking the shirt. It's a really good brand, guys. It ain't like it's low level. So again, we have to be able to support each other, and that's how we do it, through helping each other out. Don't wait until something big happens and say, "Oh yeah, I want 2 shirts now." No, keep the same energy, because something like this, it'll be around forever. It'll never die down, right? So let me see here. Who else do we have here? I wanted to give. Okay, so Joshua, you already spoke. It looks like Brian might have left. He'll be back. So what I'm saying, guys, is we have to be able to support each other and be there for each other just a little bit more than what we're doing. Because, I mean, you got some people that are so quick to follow these celebrities, but they don't even check on their own household. They'll say congratulations to a celebrity, but you got your family that needs that congratulations, and you ain't saying nothing. You got men right now that are on their last. I mean, it's going to take one person to piss them off, and that's it. Everybody's going down. And you know it, and you're not even speaking on it. And some women will say, well, Daphne, I did ask my husband, are you okay? And he said, yes. Okay. So you're leaving it at that. Him just saying, yep. If you know your husband and boyfriend, then you know their behaviors, their body language. Why aren't we digging deep? Because if you say, hey, I need $20 to get my hair or get my hair done, or I need $200. Well, where are you going? We're going to ask questions. I'm going to her. Where's she at? Does she have a website? Let me see what kind of let me see what kind of work she does. See, men will ask questions, but women, they'll accept, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm good. That's not an answer. Ladies, don't accept that as an answer. He's not good. He's not fine. He's lying. If you know your man, you know when he's full of shit and he's lying to you. It's your job to make him speak. Some of them had lived in a household where their mamas was like, you ain't shit. You better not cry. Suck it up. I'll give you something to cry about, nigga. And don't tell me I'm wrong. Somebody in the chat remembers being talked to like that. Chuck that shit up, boy. You just like your damn daddy. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna be shit just like him. This is what a lot of men told me they were raised around. So imagine their girlfriends. What's wrong with you? Oh, you all right. Stop it. Stop acting like that. Suck it up. You're reminding them of their mothers. That's all you're doing. Instead of saying, babe, what's wrong? I noticed you're not yourself today. Talk to me. Sit there and look them in their eyes. Talk to me. I'm listening. How many of y'all actually do that? Y'all accept the bare minimum. Well, I asked him if he was okay. He said, yeah. So then I went and got my nails done. Then you came home and he hung himself. Come on, ladies. Do fucking better. Y'all know every verse to WAP. Y'all know every song by Cardi B. But you don't know why your man is upset. That's a problem. Y'all go so hard for these fucking celebrities. You don't know Lori Harvey. How dare you? But you're not even caring about your baby daddy. You're not even caring about the well-being of your kids, right? But you care more about these celebrities. Like they give a fuck about you. If they're not paying your rent, why do you fucking care about celebrities or what I say? You don't even know them. So if you're telling me they'll never see my stuff, they'll never see yours either. We even. Now shut the fuck up. Put your energy towards someone that's in your life and quit caring about what I say on Instagram or Facebook. Care more about that man that you keep disrespecting, not caring about. You always got your hand out, but you never actually sit there and talk to him. Ladies, you got to do better. Okay, let's see if we can get Brian on. Brian, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you must have cricket. You have cricket, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man, I was just joking too. I'm sorry. It was a joke. People usually tell me no, they don't have cricket. That was a joke. So I'm sorry about that. Dang, that's the first time somebody said, yeah, they had cricket. But I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, Brian.
I don't know what to say now. They're going to clown me so bad. Oh, man.
And it's okay to have cricket. I always I tease people. If you ask anybody in the comments, you know, I always reference cricket or Boost Mobile. It's just a joke. I promise you.
I believe you. I'm going to AT&T next watch. But anyway, well, I have a little bit of story I have to tell about my mental health because it was really bad around 2020. Long story short, I had a situation where my grandmother passed away, and I had to by myself like pay for a whole entire funeral because that's the person that raised me. And I was taking care of her and actually taking care of her actual house. And long story short, her house burned down, so much could happen and whatnot. So I was homeless for like a little bit. And when you're homeless like that, you're bad credit. You can work your tail off, but you could never like get yourself back together again, because when you're stuck in that little rock and that you're in, it's hard to get back out of it. Like when you're stuck in that situation that you just can't get out of. So, by myself, I was trying to get my back on my feet. I eventually was able to, but like, just basically me being isolated and alone. I don't have like a whole lot, bunch of family. So, I was just going through a lot the whole entire time. There's a lot to really explain about. But, like, back around 2020, I think with the COVID and me being isolated so badly, um, I actually tried to commit suicide back around August 2020. Like, I did make the attempt. Thank God it didn't work. I'm a kind of down mental health like kind of like ever since. I mean, my story is kind of long, but I'm just blessed to still be here.
Yeah, I mean, you are a blessing to be here, and whatever you're going through, again, like I told everybody else, you don't have to go through it alone. You got people in the comments that are relating to what you're saying right this second, so that alone should make you feel a little bit better, knowing that you're not going through this alone, and you don't have to. So if there's no woman in your life or a person in your life that you can actually vent to, you have me, you have James, you got a few people on here that's saying, hey, you can even reach out to me. So just know that you're not alone in this journey. You might come across a couple of assholes that might tell you, just go to a doctor and get a pill. It's deeper than that. The pills won't help you. I promise you that. They're temporary fixes until you get the next fix. It's like being on drugs.
They tried to get me on. I did go to counseling
Mm-hmm.
because I kind of was low key kind of like forced to, because there were people who I was really close to. I'm not close to them now, but there was people that I really was close to. That and there was one lady that I actually kind of really liked, but I kind of chickened myself out of it because I thought I made enough like money to like really be with her, or I was not really attractive enough or stuff like that. Just I had really bad like low self esteem, like because I was on myself a whole lot of time. Like I was taking care of family that were taking care of me, so I really didn't have like an opportunity to like go out and like really travel like I wanted to. I traveled, but I didn't really like do what I want to do as a grown adult. Kind of take care of people who were basically what little family I had left. So it was just a lot of sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice. And then when you're ready to kind of like, put yourself out there, you kind of like get rejected as badly as I got rejected. It kind of hurts. And then we have no really body to really talk to. That's the only person in the friends you personally had. It's like, well, what's the point of basically living your life if you can't live it the best you possibly can live it? So with that mentality in my head, and with me just struggling with life, financials, and struggling with trying to just keep up a social life, I'm like, well, what's the point? Like, where do I turn now? Because like, when you go to I went to an actual therapist and whatnot, and it really didn't work. They wanted me to get me on pills, and I was just totally against that. I'm like, no, I'm not taking any type of medication because I know what my problem is. My problem is just social anxiety and just rejection and depression and anxiety. I know what my issue is. It's just that I'm trying to find a way to like battle myself out of it. Like I kind of wanted when I went into therapy, I said I want to go in as Clark Kent and come out as Superman. And I got nowhere near close to Superman. I kind of stayed that Clark Kent was kind of like, I am not feeling this. So, I mean, I'm still looking at it, but like every day it's like a battle on mental health, but I try to take it one day at a time. I mean, I'm not going to say that I lie and not have those suicidal thoughts, but every now and again, it do creep into my head every now and then. But that was a lie, and I keep fighting. I just keep fighting.
And that's how it is sometimes. It is. I mean, I think for a black man, women, and to any woman listening, I need you to understand that it's already hard out there for a black man. He already has a target on his back. He's already judged every day. He's already looked at as a criminal with a record. He has to be doing something wrong. So they're already judged. So to have their black women also judge them. Like I said, to the black women, I said black bitches, and I meant that. You guys were so quick to praise Michael B. Jordan for shutting down the aquarium, for loving on a black woman, for being there for the black woman, letting his guard down for the black woman. But when the black woman dumped him, then y'all said, well, he did say he didn't like black women. It was a PR stunt. I don't think he really loved her. He's a fraud anyway. Maybe he was doing too much. You see how hypocritical you black women are? Y'all weren't saying anything about him, and he might not have liked black women before because of the way y'all talk, the way y'all act, the way y'all disrespect, the way you guys are masculine. So he let his guard down for a black woman at the end of the day. If it was a PR stunt, it was a PR stunt that lasted a little over a year. I actually think he really did fall in love with this woman just to get played. So now when he gets on his ruthless shit, I don't want to hear anything. When he gets with a Becky or a Venezuela, beautiful Dominican woman, I don't want to hear anything because he tried to give a black woman a chance. Like I said, you got a lot of black men who might have said, oh, I don't really like black women because of how they were treated. We don't know how Michael B. Jordan was treated before dating Lori Harvey, but there was a reason why he said that, right? And yes, he does love black women now, but maybe it took him a little while to get back adjusted to being this sex symbol, being the sexiest man alive. The only thing that bothers me is how women were praising him for being a good black man, but then when he gets dumped, he's now the man that said, I don't even like black women. I don't want to hear that. If you're not going to say it when he's dating a black woman, don't say the shit after. Because clearly he liked that black woman enough to praise her and still have her pictures on his Instagram as we fucking speak. That's the first thing I would have did. If I didn't love nobody, somebody has to mute their phone because I'm hearing myself talk. Can you guys mute your phones, please? If he didn't love her and it was a PR stunt, why the fuck would he keep the pictures up? That would have been the first thing to come down for me. Bye, ho. He left his pictures up. She took his pictures down. So you tell me who played who. He didn't get the memo to being played. Like I said, men, they move in a different direction when they've been played. The first thing they do is scrub all pictures. He still has them up, guys. He loved her. I really do believe he loved her, and she broke his fucking heart. So now he really hates black women. That's what happens. Like I said, you have to ask yourself, if this was a PR stunt, why isn't he moving like it was? Like I said, he's probably going to hang around with different women now to try to cope with it because he's not going to say to himself, I fucked up. I shouldn't have tried to wife a hoe. I shouldn't have gave this hoe my time. So he's going to try to mask it, not with pills, but with other bitches. We're going to see him in the headlines for dating all these beautiful women that are badder than Lori, more mature than Lori. We're going to see that. Because they said that he's already been linked to a woman. And women were like, look how fast he's moving on. But they also said Lori Harvey was linked to someone too. But y'all not saying nothing about her. We don't know how many bodies Michael B. Jordan got because he hasn't really been public with his relationships. But we know how many bodies Lori got, right? That's the difference. So even if Michael B. Jordan is a hoe, he's a private hoe because we really don't know what he's been doing. He never really shared his life like that. So again, the same ladies that were praising him are now bashing him. Go on his Instagram. Look at him crying. He looks sad right here. Man, why ain't you deleting the pictures yet? Man, delete them pictures. So imagine how he's feeling. Yeah, you seen him at a game, but was he upbeat? No. He's mad that he got played. It's not so much of being hurt. He's mad. And when men get mad, woo, you're going to see a ruthless side of Michael B. Jordan. You're going to see Killmonger. Was that his name? In Black Panther? He's going to be ruthless because of how this woman did him. And he's probably not going to trust no woman for a while. He might go on a future binge and start fucking a whole bunch of women. Not having no babies, but fucking a whole bunch of bad bitches. He might just go on that. And women will be quick to call him a hoe, right? Y'all know how they move. You know how women are. They're hypocrites. They'll say that he's a hoe, but they won't acknowledge that Lori's a hoe. Y'all know how it's going to be. Like I said, watch it. I guarantee you real soon, Michael B. Jordan's going to be linked to someone that's beautiful, more mature, and doesn't have 50 bodies on their record. Watch. What these guys got to stop doing is dating these industry chicks because they're all hoes. All these women fuck the same guys in the same circle. I'm surprised you don't hear a lot of them having AIDS. They all fuck the same people. Men, you got to be selective with who you're fucking. If you know she's linked to a bunch of hoes, then she's probably a hoe too. You might not want to do that. Don't trust these hoes and let your guard down because they're pretty. Looks fade, fellas. Looks, they will fade. I don't care how beautiful and bad a woman is. She can't fight age. You can keep getting nipped and tucked until you fuck your body up or until you die, but you cannot fight age. Fellas, stop chasing these pretty women with big booties. Look inside them. They're getting surgery on the outer appearance, but they're all fucked up inside. There's a reason why these women aren't locked down, why they're not married, Why nobody's looking at them as a wife? Stop praising these IG bitches, because that's all they are, until they find the right fool that's gonna nut in them and make them a baby mama and pay them every month. That's what it is. He dodged the, yeah, I really do feel like Michael B. Jordan dodged a big bullet, but now he's gonna be on some ruthless shit. He is. He's hurt. Men don't like to put their guard down and get played. Some, like I said, in the hood, they kill bitches for doing shit like that. Oh, you played with me? Men don't like their emotions to be played with because they're not emotional to begin with. So when a man is openly saying, I love you, I love this woman, I'm shutting down an aquarium for this woman, that's love. He genuinely loved her. She just was playing the game of being a hoe. And now y'all laughing at Michael B. Jordan because he's a simp, because he's weak. But then when he gets him a Becky, he'll be a sellout, right? He'll be a piece of shit, right? Oh, he really, so we get it now. Lori Harvey was just the appetizer. Now he got him a white bitch. That's his main course. You know how women talk. I'm not just making this shit up. They always find a way to justify some shit. They won't justify it for the woman, but they will justify it for the man. Yeah, Johnny Depp won, but that don't mean that he wasn't a sexual predator. Get the fuck out of here. If the courts didn't say that, he was not that. Johnny Depp said it was more about his reputation. He don't give a fuck about the money. Let that sink in, ladies. He said he didn't give a fuck about the $13 million that she still has to pay. It's my reputation. And even though she has to pay him, people are still going to know him for being accused of being a sexual predator. So whatever he does in his life, they're going to say, oh, Amber was right. Maybe that's what Amber was talking about. He still has to live with that for the rest of his life. Once a woman makes an allegation, I don't care how not guilty he is. In the eyes of these bitter bitches, he'll be guilty for the rest of his life. Chris Brown just leaked a little bit of his new song, right? And they were like, he's still making music? Why didn't we cancel him when he hit Rihanna? That's how old these bitches be, man. How's he still making music when he's a domestic abuser? That's how women treat these men who made mistakes. But Amber Heard, give her a job. Get her back on. It's only fair. She needs to support herself. She's a predator, and they will praise her all day long. They'll watch the Red Table every day, right? Supporting these motherfucking women that are toxic, right? But when it comes to a man, they want him gone. No matter how long ago they might have made a mistake, or if they're not guilty, they still feel like they're guilty. Maybe they paid the defense team to say this and this. We don't think he won. We think that he has more money than her. So it would make sense why he would win. He probably paid everybody off. This is what I saw online, even when this man got the victory. So he really didn't win in the eyes of the society of these bitter bitches. He lost in their eyes. Imagine the mental health that he went through. Johnny Depp probably wanted to kill everybody because his reputation, everybody knew him as a good guy. And this one woman said this about him and changed his life forever. Okay, so I'm gonna let my husband speak. My husband's actually on. Can you hear me, babe?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Go ahead, babe. I know that you're gonna have to get back to the station. So go ahead and say what you have to say, and then I'll let Azura talk. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. First, I wanted to address Black Rage, and I think that's Joshua who was just on not too long ago, or Josh.
Yep.
Well, first,
Joshua
Black Rage, man. First off, man, like my wife said, man, if anybody want to talk to outside of this, man, you can definitely reach out to her, and I get your information from her, and then man, you can talk or whatever. Because trust me, I got a lot of friends that are military guys that deal with the same issue that you got going on right now, man. So I can definitely hear I don't want to call it anger because you're not angry about nothing, man. It's pain and hurt, that you're really going through. So I can't say I can hear the anger, but when you came on, I can just tell you had that built up frustration and hurt down inside you, man. So there's anybody you want to talk to, man, you can definitely get your information to my wife, and then I'll be able to link up with you and we can talk from there. And with Joshua, man, like you made a statement. You said you wanted to be Clark Kent and trying to be Superman. That's the first mistake you made, man. Just be yourself. Don't try to put on a cape and try to be somebody else or be something different, man. Just be who you are. Because first and foremost, being who you are is why you the way you are, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to be nothing else or be something different than what you really are, man. Just be who you are, and that right person to find you. And the rejection is part of life, man. Just use that as motivation, because everybody's gonna get rejected in life. I've been rejected plenty of times, whether it's women, jobs, careers, or whatever it is. Everybody's gonna get rejected in life, man. Just use that a part of it as motivation. And as far as my own personal like mental health, man, like me and my wife been together 12 years. And before we even got to the point we're at right now, like we went through hard times because I didn't understand her anxiety and depression that she was going through. So that made me kind of frustrated and get angry at her. And me and her and I would have like disagreements. And it was times I would just want to walk away. You know, I can honestly say that. And her and I have had multiple conversations about it where we both just wanted to say, you know what, she couldn't deal with it because she was going through her anxiety and depression. I didn't know what it was. So I was just like, hey, let's go our own separate ways until I really had to sit back and understand like, okay, this is what's triggering her to be anxious. You know, this is what causing her to get in that depression, you know, so I just had to figure out ways to understand it and to know why she was going through this and put myself in her position pretty much. Like we still go through it right now. Like she still has her moments where she gets anxiety and she gets anxious. Now I know her triggers. I know what calms her down now. So it's all about just understanding your mental health and just being aware of those triggers. And if you don't know what it is, because I can honestly say at the time when I went to college with one of my good friends at the time. And it was just him and I. We had a bond, like we were gonna stick together, we were gonna finish school together. And so when he left, you know, I was just by myself. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody from a can of paint. So it put me like in this island to where I was isolated on my own. So I was calling home every day, you know, 3-4 times, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. I'm calling my mom and dad, you know, wanting to come back home. You know, so me not understanding what anxiety was at the time, now I know that's what I was going through. I was going anxiety right there. I went into that panic. I didn't know what to do because I had somebody that I knew that was going to go through the process with me in college. And then he left me, so I was on my own. You know, but for just men out there in general, man, like we don't always have to put up this big shield and this big guard. Because like I say, I've been through a lot. My wife would tell you, I grew up in the projects. The norm for me was hearing gunshots, seeing people getting shot, and I'm right back outside playing. You know, that was normal for me. But at the same time, that was a trauma. And me as a kid, I didn't realize that that's a trauma until I got older. Because as you can tell, I can still picture and visualize everything I went through as a kid that I remember. There's been times I was playing ball with my cousin. My cousin got shot in the head. I was literally standing right next to him. I can vividly picture everything that happened. As a kid, I remember playing ball and when I moved out south, seeing dead bodies, like me and my other cousins. Like those are traumas that I keep and I hold to myself. But as men, though, we gotta learn to like just let it go and just, man, be vulnerable. You know, my wife would tell you, I've probably cried in front of her probably 6 or 7 times. We've been together 12 years. So that just tells you how much I hold up within myself. But at some point, we just got to let it go and just, man, just, it don't make you lesser than a man when you share that vulnerability to your woman or whoever you're talking to. Just show that vulnerability and just let that stress out and just, you know, take care of your mental. And that's all I got to say about it.
Thanks, babe. I appreciate you. Do you have to go back or can you hang back?
I know I can hang back and listen or talk.
Because somebody might have a question for you. Okay, so just hang back.
I'll
Okay,
mute my mic.
Azure, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. You have the mic.
Oh, no catchy phrase, no nothing. Because normally you.
I'm just praying you stick on topic. I see you blacked out over there. We're all praying in the comments that you don't go into politics and food you cooked. So
no,
no
ma'am.
Go ahead.
No, ma'am. I can struggle. I can understand, and I know what's like going through mental health. Oh, I want to say also thank you to your husband. Also sharing their posting story because it sort of kind of hits home a little bit. I didn't understand what mental health was either. Here's the thing. I recently lost my mother actually a couple of years ago. It was really, really traumatizing experience. And then the crazy thing is, CelebriD, that my mother died at a young age. That's the crazy part. She didn't die of natural causes or anything. So it's been hurtful. And I mean, I could tell you so many stories of what I've been through. Remember I told you once before about me, about the park incident between me and the child. And I was helping the child find the father. Remember I was 16 and that was a traumatized experience for me. It's been times that I always think about suicidal thoughts. Sometimes should I just end it all because of the mistreatment growing up? I was bullied as a kid. Um, it's bad to share. Um, what he said that kind of warms to her. I want to thank you, that sir, being vulnerable. I don't know what it's like to be vulnerable. I really don't. Um, Normally I keep all my uh stuff to myself. So this is my this is my first time actually sharing something publicly uh to both of you, and it's really daunting, and like it hurts. Not, I mean, I do have family. I do have a loving family. Don't get me wrong, but it's like hard to talk about it sometimes when you stand out the outside in, and coming from it. And I want to do some self-reflecting, self-recovery myself sometimes. But you told me, when you told us to reach out to me, I'm gonna reach out to you when I can, when I'm not busy. I'm trying to do things. I'm gonna reach out to you and to you and your husband. I greatly appreciate you both um, for this platform, for able to man speak, because we don't have an outlet. We don't have too many outlets to vent our frustration. We don't have outlets to express ourselves. We don't have many outlets to be vulnerable. You've seen this week. I remember one time that I let myself be vulnerable to a woman once before, and I have ever regretted that decision. This is why I don't try to open up too much to too many people, because I did it once before and it tremendously backfired on me. It was one of the most painful experiences I had to do with doing the opposite sex as well. And it was crazy of her response. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, the thing is how that women always can vent their problems out to their significant other, or to a friend or family, or to someone that they know they're close to. The person hears them out. But when it comes different when it's a man. A man can't express themselves unless it's another man that understands the situation. So this is why I said I will support you. I got your website down now. I will support you. I will buy the shirt and take a picture and put it on my TikTok as well, because I got a TikTok page, and I'm gonna put it on there as well to share your brand, because it's needed. It's really needed, and a lot of people don't know how important men's health is. Women always can have the help. They have multiple outlets. They have a lot of options. Men, we do not. We don't have that many outlets. We don't have things to express ourselves, or know when to express ourselves at the right time or right place. And it's kind of hurtful, especially when uh Brian, I don't know, the other dude was sharing his earlier with his experience of him being low self-esteem. I have it somewhat low self-esteem as well. To a certain extent. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. It's sometimes I just want to bust into tears and cry.
I mean, I don't mean to cut you off. Can you hear me still? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Yes, sir, I can still hear you.
I mean, I definitely understand what you mean. You're going through, and like we have avenues as men. Like, I mean, we can. Oh, we got to be honest with ourselves. As men, we have our egos, we have our pride.
Right.
You know, that can be. That can be one of my good friends that's going through something right now, and he won't say nothing to me because he's got that pride and he's got the ego, to where he doesn't want to reach out to one of his good friends and talk about it when they
Right.
both could be going through the same issue. So it's always good, no matter what you're going through, man. I mean, talk about it. My wife talked to me about any and everything. We talk all day, every day. and it could be something that she don't want to talk about, but I'm still, still talk to her about it. It can be something I don't want to listen to her about. I'm still gonna listen to her talk about it. So regardless of what you got going on, man, I mean, still let it out and just let it be free, so you're not stressing and worrying about it. Like my wife get mad at me, I always tell her, hey, I live for the day. I don't worry about yesterday. I don't worry about tomorrow. Like, I live for the day. And whatever stresses I got going on today, I'm getting them out for the day, and then I'm looking forward to tomorrow, God willing. So whatever's on your mind, man, I mean, get it out. Talk about it. And that's for any man out there. Talk about it.
Yeah, that's why I say I kind of appreciate your wife for doing this, because, like I said, you say we got a lot of outlets, but think about this. If let's talk about like mainstream outlets, who they most cater to?
Men or women?
Who the most outlets cater to? Men or women? Right?
Women, yeah.
Women. Okay. Most mainstreams always cater to women's health issues, cater to women, like protect women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where's that same outlet for men? The crazy thing is women that understand men, and that's why I say I appreciate your wife. It's like women create some outlet for us to vent.
Mm-hmm.
And to understand our problems, to understand our issues and where we're coming from. And this is why I will support her. Because she ain't had to do this.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't had to do this. She ain't had to. She couldn't just, she's like, nah, don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. That shows the maturity and the big heart she has.
Right.
And that's why I always tell her, don't stop doing what you're doing. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Because I told her, I gave her one huge compliment. I told her, one of these days, you're going to build an empire to where you're going to be unstoppable, and you're going to be high in the sky when you're looking down on these women who keep bragging her, dragging her down, dragging her name in the mud. And I guarantee you, she'll be like, look at me now, and can brag about it. And think about this. Think about this. I know part of her dream goal is to have every man around the world to wear her shirt. Imagine that. Imagine every man around the world have mental health shirt on, and seeing her, and she probably might cry for this. Would you, CelebriD? If every man around the world wore your shirt, would you cry about that?
Yeah, it'd be a blessing to see a lot of people across the world wearing my shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You can get there.
Oh yeah.
You can get.
It starts with you guys. It starts with you guys.
And that's what I was gonna say. I mean, my wife is coming from a woman's perspective. She's gonna get backlash from women because women gonna automatically say, "Oh yeah, she just badgering to men and this and that." We need more men to step up to be willing to take that platform to the next level that it needs to be at. You got a lot of NFL guys that are coming out now saying they dealt with this depression, they dealt with suicide issues, suicide here. I got a lot of friends that play professional sports that's dealing with mental issues that they keep to themselves, but their outlet is playing ball.
Yeah.
So you using that frustration, you playing football, you using that hit as your outlet. You can't do that. You can't do that. It takes a toll on you physically and mentally.
So, babe, before you continue, guys, I just wanted to address a couple of the comments.
Yep.
So one of the comments I wanted to address was from Nikki. Nikki, I know that you said that you live with your parents and you don't want them to question who you're talking to. Maybe that's who you should be telling your mental health problems to first. And if you don't feel comfortable with expressing yourself on this platform, if they're your parents that love you very much, they will understand. It starts with them, because if you haven't addressed it with them, there's not much that I'll be able to do, because part of your healing is telling people what you're going through. And I would say tell someone that's in your presence first before you start getting help from me. So you guys, if you're afraid to tell your own parents what you're going through, then we have bigger issues. They should be the first people. They should be the first set of people that you go to, because they gave birth to you. They raised you, right? How do you know if it's a family trait? So like my husband said earlier, he didn't know what I was going through, and I didn't either. I had to speak to my dad to find out that this runs in my family, but I didn't know at the time. I thought I was going to die. And I did put my husband through a lot. I surely did. There was a point where I called 911 twice, you guys. I called them twice because they were taking too long, and 2 cars showed up. I embarrassed a lot of people in my life, but that's how bad my mental health was. I was admitted to hospitals. I was admitted to psych wards. I went through the same thing a lot of y'all are going through. And the reason why I went through so much is because I never got help with my childhood traumas. One thing you said, Azure, you said you lost your mom. My mom was 39 years old when she died. My mom was young too. So I can relate. I was a child. My mom was 39 years old. That is fucking young. Young. I know people right now that just lost their moms in their 90s. I would have loved to see my mom make it that far. I didn't have a chance. And then my grandmother passed right after her on my mother's birthday. And then my uncle committed suicide that same year. I lost 3 people when I was in high school. Imagine the traumas I went through as a child. And yet I still didn't go crazy. I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't have bastard babies. I actually talked to people. And then I held a lot of it in too, because a lot of those people couldn't relate. The worst thing you could tell someone that lost a parent is, I understand what you're going through. If you got both your parents, that's the worst thing you can ever say to anybody. It's a slap in the face because you don't fucking understand. No. You can't say, well, I lost my dog. That's not the same. Lose a fucking parent and then tell me you can relate. Right? Yeah. So when guys tell me they're going through anxiety and depression, I understand because I went through it. I'm not just saying it just to get them to buy a shirt. I actually lived it. So Nikki, I'm hoping that you're comfortable with either talking on this panel or going to your parents first. The other comment I want to address came from the kid, or I want to say it right. The keys, I don't know how you say it, but you said you wake up at 2 a.m. and fight the urge to kill yourself. We got to talk, man. You either need to come on this panel or we need to talk today. This is what I'm talking about.
Yes, maybe I was going through a lot. So here's I wanted to show you a picture of my mom. This is my mother, and this is her obituary, and this is my family put together for her. So there's a little poem on the side about her. This is how she grew up.
She was beautiful, man. And I'm sorry to hear that you lost your mom, but I can definitely relate. And it's okay to cry, man. It's okay. It is okay to cry. We're not judging you today at all. Period.
Yeah, I recently lost her, like in 2019. That was a couple of years ago.
Right. Like you said, there are a lot of men on here that have gone through the same trauma. So there should be a lot of men on here opening up and be willing to talk. I saw one gentleman, Eric. I think Eric Moore, something like that. You might as well join the panel, man. I see you in the comments. You have a lot of trauma that you've gone through. Go ahead, speak your mind.
Please, God.
Holding it to yourself and keeping it to yourself is not going to get any better for you, man. Just let it out and talk about it.
If you guys are having suicidal thoughts, I definitely need you to reach out, because when you say things like that and then you don't say anything after that when I ask you a question, it's bothersome, because we don't want you thinking these thoughts and not addressing the thoughts that you're having. And you know what? Somebody said in the comments, go see a psychiatrist. You know what? A lot of these people charge a lot of money just to tell you, calm down, count to 10. And a lot of people can't afford that right now. I also understand that a lot of people, they have bills and their money is tight. They have families that come first. That's why I say I'm free. So there's absolutely no excuse for you to say you can't afford it when it's free. Like, guys, it's free. I'm free. I'm not telling you to buy a shirt to talk to me. I've never said that. Never. I've talked to people and I've done things for people for free because I care. A lot of people didn't care like that back in the day. They didn't. You had to do something for them, tit for tat. I'm not that person. If you can't afford a shirt, I don't give a fuck. But if you're feeling suicidal, we have to talk about that. You guys can't keep holding this in, because then when you only post about it, but you're not addressing it, people tend to look at that as like an attention post. Oh, they want attention. And we don't want people thinking like that. So if you're going to say something like that, I need you to follow up with speaking to me or telling me how we can reach you guys, because we care.
Oh, I'm hurt. You are the accountability shirt. No, I want that shirt too.
Okay, man, you're looking at the website. We're talking about mental health right now, okay? Mute your phone.
Yes.
Sometimes parents refuse to face the truth. And Nancy, if that's the case, if your parents are refusing to understand your mental health, then say that. But it's all in your wording. If you say, I don't want them to know what's going on, just say, I have parents that don't give a fuck. And if that's the kind of parents you have, I'm hoping With you living with them, I don't know your age or anything. I don't know if you're, you know, a child. I really don't know this until we speak. But if your parents don't understand what you're going through and you're living with them, if you're at an adult age, you need to get out of there then. That's all I can say. You need to find an outlet and get out of there. Do you have aunts? Do you have uncles? Do you have grandmother? We have, some people have a plethora of support. They're just content with where they're at. I'm content with being in this big old house and holding it all in because I don't want to live in that little apartment with my aunt who would probably give me more love and support. So I don't know all the dynamics, but I know most parents that don't support their kids' mental health, the kid don't live with the parents. They're adults. But if you're a child, then as your parents, they have to do something. That's a part of being a parent. And if they don't, then they're bad parents. And there's many places you can call to be in better hands. So if I don't know the whole dynamics of what's going on, it's hard for me to administer any help. You said you tried. Thank you for not. Yeah, I acknowledge, and I'm gonna keep your comment on there until you come on the panel. So I don't know how you say your name. I was saying the kid. Is it the kid Rye? I need you to come on this panel and speak to us, man. Let us know you're okay. Okay, because like I said, you matter. What you guys have to understand is that you do matter. Your mental health does matter. Even if you have people in your life that don't give a fuck, then you need to drop those people and talk to people who do give a fuck. And just according to this show, there's about 10 people in here that have said, hey, you can reach out to me. So you guys can't sit there and tell me there's no one you can talk to. There's too many people out here, you guys. There's too many people out here that are willing to talk to you and just listen. Sometimes you just need someone to listen, right? Oh, no, Nancy, I understood. I know, Nancy, I know that was for Nikki. I was just saying, if Nikki has those type of parents that don't give a fuck, I need to know the age of Nikki. Nikki could be a minor. I can't really help her if she's a minor. I'm not trying to go to jail for telling her, hey, get out. You know, she runs away. So I just need to know the dynamics. If you're living with your parents, are you an adult? Have you tried getting your own apartment? What are you doing? So we have to see, you know, the origin of what's going on and how we can come up with a solution. I'm not the miracle worker, guys. All I can do is give you advice. But if you're younger than, 18, then there's things that I cannot help you with because you're still a minor. Your parents will have to tell you what they want you to do. Unfortunately, I'm evil. My family has rejected me. I make friends but can't keep them. Okay, so if you're having those issues, the kid, that's what we need to talk about. Why you feel like you can't keep friends? You said you're evil. Why are you evil? So again, you're only giving us bits and pieces. Is there a reason why you can't come onto the panel and actually speak to us? This is not the show where we're laughing at you. So you see, you got people on the panel right now that have come and talked. You don't even have to show a picture. But all I want to do is hear you. So there's no excuse why you can't click the link, man. You said like 10 comments already. So guys, this is what I'm talking about. If you're going to say something severe like that, I need you guys to be comfortable with speaking on it, letting us know what's going on. So Nikki, you said you're 22. Okay. So I'm not going to judge you with you living with your parents, but I can say if your parents don't support you, you're a grown ass woman. If they have a problem with you talking on the show, then you don't need to be there. So maybe we should talk about other ways that you can probably get out, because you are an adult. So if you're worried about what they're going to say, you're an adult. Okay, hold on. Let me see who just came on. Okay, there we go. Okay, the kid, can you hear me? The kid?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay, yeah, we're going to have to talk, man. You're going to have to elaborate on what you're talking about. We want to listen. Go ahead. Don't be afraid.
Dude,
can you hear me?
Being a guy, it's tough. Nobody gives a shit. If you show weakness, you lose.
Just think of it. Showing weakness is not it's not that you lose them. It's actually showing strength. You know.
No, all my wives. I've been married 3 times, and every time I showed weakness, they rejected me.
Mm-hmm.
So the kid, let me ask you a question. You said you've been married 3 times. Before you got married to those women, did you ever show your vulnerable side to them? Can you hear me? The kid, are you there?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I hid it until it came out.
You said
yeah,
you
I'm here. I hid it
What do you
until
mean
it
you
came
hid it?
out.
Oh, you hid it. I'm sorry. I thought you said you hid it. Okay. So this is the issue. You were married 3 times and you never got to show them your vulnerable side until after you guys got married, and then it didn't work out. You have to be willing to show them that in the beginning to see if they're worth you being their husband, because it's all about you. So if you know that you have times where you have triggers and all these women ran, they weren't good women. And I wish you would have saw it before the marriage. So what I would say, just because you're married 3 times, don't make you not worthy of being married for the 4th time. There's a lot of people out here right now that have relationship books who have been married 3 times, and people are buying the books and making them millionaires. So you're not in a boat by yourself. There are many men out there
No,
in
they
the
didn't
same
get
boat.
nothing. My ex owes me $19,000 in back child support.
So you got somebody that owes you child support. Okay. So clearly that's kind of telling us what kind of person that mom was. It wasn't you, it was them. So I know you're going through a lot financially. You're trying to get your money. And I know how courts are when it's women that owe. They move like turtles. If it was a man, oh, they move like rabbits. It's quick. They got you. I know how it is. I know how the courts are, but you don't have to go through this
If
alone.
the roles were reversed, I'd be in a cage.
Correct. And I get that. But what I'm trying to tell you is you don't have to go through that alone. My brother won his child support case. It took a while, but he fought and won. You can win too. It starts with you acknowledging that, hey, I might need some help or guidance. We're here to help you, man. Your life matters. Don't think about the 3 bad marriages that you had, because you learned something from each one of them. So when you get with the next woman, you know that, hey, I need a woman that can handle me at my worst before they see me at my best. And if she can't accept you at your worst, then kick her ass to the streets. Because you're worth being somebody's husband and being loved by someone that loves you. You hear me? Can you hear me?
Nobody can handle me at my worst.
Why? Why do you think that?
Yeah, it's echoing, but I can hear you.
Why do you think no one can handle you at your worst?
Because they all run away.
So listen to what I'm saying. Why do you think that? Wait, why do you think they're running away? Why do you think they're running away? There's a reason.
I'm broken. I'm evil. I have a venomous tongue.
Okay. So broken, evil, venomous tongue. That means that you shouldn't be getting in relationships. You need to heal.
You need to focus on you.
So let me guess. You went through something in your life that was traumatic, correct?
Yeah, it's on me.
Okay. I'm not saying it's on you. What I'm saying is sometimes when you went through something in your life that was traumatic, you mask it by getting into relationships. And as soon as they show a little bit of that trigger of what you went through, you lash out. I was in an abusive relationship, the kid. I was in an abusive relationship for 3.5 years, not knowing that his mom used to beat the shit out of him. And the only time he would put his hands on me is if I stood up for myself and got loud with him. And all that did was bring him back to his mom talking crazy to him and abusing him, burning him, getting a cheese grater and grating his back, making him suffer. I didn't know any of that. So you're not evil. You went through something traumatic in your life and you tried to mask it by getting in relationships. And when a trigger would pop up, they would think, oh, he crazy. I'm getting out of this. But what you need to do, the kid, you need to heal. You have to heal yourself before you get into any other relationship. It starts today. Today, you have to start healing, accepting the things that you cannot change, letting it go, and starting fresh. Because once you heal, someone's going to love to be your wife. But you got to heal, man. And you're not evil. You're human. Somebody owes you $19,000. I'd be pissed too. Pay me my fucking money. I'd be mad too. But you got to start healing. You got to start accepting the things that you cannot change. Because anger and resentment.
The courts allowed her to pay me enough. It's going to take 104 years before I get my money.
and that might be the case. But is that something you can change? Can you go to court and say, I want that money now? No. So being angry won't change that. Right?
You know what? I don't even care. I'm not sure he's even my own boy. Everything's fucked.
So if you're not sure about that, there are things in place that you can do to give you that assurance. You have to put things in place. So I think me and you need to talk outside of this, because I can tell you're angry. I can tell by your tone. You're pissed, and I don't want to keep bringing up things that are going to make you more upset. Because I honestly feel like genuinely you're a good guy. I really do feel like you're a good guy. You just had a lot of bad shit happen to you, and that's changed you. And it's okay to be human, man.
I am a good guy.
I know you are, because earlier you said you were evil. You're not evil.
I try
you're
and
human.
bless people as much as I can.
Sometimes it be like that though. It's like when you know you try to be good to someone and you try your best and you show your appreciation to them. And like I was explaining to her, I understand your pain. I was listening to everything that you were saying because I had that experience myself. And the crazy thing is a lot of women want, there are some women that just selfish. Them women saw your moment of weakness, they are selfish. Those are selfish women.
Hypergamy is a bitch.
Yeah, trust me, I know. And them women see themselves like, no, I don't want to deal with your trauma. I don't want to deal with you as a person, but let them vent their problems to you. Then if you don't want to, like, let's say the shoe is on the other foot, like you said, right? Let's say, for instance, they show you they're vulnerable. They expect you to listen. But when it comes to your issues, this is why it says called double standard. And this is why I respect CelebriD, what she's doing. Because, like I said, a lot of men don't have a lot of outlets. We don't have no ways to express ourselves. And most women will see that as a weakness. And then what blew me away and what driven my heart and make me to relate to you, bro, is that you've been married 3 times. You have 3 wives, and none of them did not love you the way they supposed to. And then it's like women nowadays, they want the title to be married, but not putting to work with being married.
No, they just they resent you the more you love them. It's weird. I don't understand it.
And that's the crazy part about it. The more it's like the more you love them, they show so resentment, they're taking it back, or there's like if you be kind or you be suggestive or you be nice to them, they'll look at you like you crazy, like you just showing them love. Those type of women that's not know what to be with.
I can't be cruel like
I can't
be cruel like the players. I can't do it.
But
no, hold on, Azure. So the kids, you definitely don't have to go that route that other men go. This is the best advice I'm going to give you until we actually speak outside of this. You have to heal. You have a lot of things that have went on in your life. Don't blame yourself for those things that happen. You have to start healing from today. You might have had some bad women, but man, listen, not all apples are rotten. You have some good apples out there, but until you heal, you're going to keep going through these relationships where they don't work because you're not healing yourself. And I say this to ladies too. Stop getting into these relationships when you're broken.
I gave them everything they wanted.
I'm sure you did.
I don't want no more relationships. Okay, I'm done.
And if you don't want relationships, that's fine. But then start having some friendships because you're going to need people to listen. You're going to need people to vent to. You can't do this all alone, man. You can't.
Hey, bro, I would want to be your friend.
There you go. You got one friend. You got 2 friends. You got me too. You got my husband.
I'm here too.
Only I don't do that. I will give. Listen, Kiggery. I will give you my personal number to contact me.
You hear that, the kid?
Me.
Your
normally
life
I
matters.
don't do that. I don't do that. But I would. But I
don't say that if you don't mean it.
Man, he means it.
No,
we all mean this. Hold on, the kid. I don't do these shows for clout. I don't do these shows to act. Not only will you have his number, but you're gonna have my number too. But if you're gonna have my number, I need you to use it. I need you to be honest. I need you to communicate with me. I don't just give my number out to anyone in hopes that, I hope they call. I need you to understand that when we say you have support, we mean that. But you have to accept it. I don't want to hear anything that happened in the past. We're going to move forward.
All right, send it.
Okay. All right, the kid. So look, I look forward to being friends with you and helping you out on your journey. Your life is gonna change, man. You just gotta accept this new life you're about to go into, because somebody's waiting on a man like you. You hear me?
It is, bro. I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you a story right quick.
No,
CelebriD.
Azure. If this story lasts longer than 2 minutes, I'm kicking you off. Okay, you can tell him that story on the phone. I'm just saying, man, because it's almost at 2 hours, and I know
Yes,
the
ma'am.
kid wants your number. So make sure you
All
give
right.
it to him. I'm gonna give him the kid. Do you have Instagram?
I mean,
No, I don't.
because
I don't do Instagram. I just do Facebook.
Okay.
I do
Do you know my
regular
Facebook?
phones.
Do you know my?
That's it. I got kicked off Instagram.
That's okay. Do you know my
I
Facebook?
harassed my ex-wife too much. She got me kicked off.
Okay, so can you do us a favor and drop your Facebook in the comments? Can you do that for me so we can all reach out to you, give your information? Is that okay?
I will have to create a whole new Facebook.
No, I'll get this information on Facebook and I'll send it to you. Azure, you can reach out to me on Instagram.
I have to make a new Instagram too. Been about Thursday.
Man, see, you talking to everybody to death then. Well,
no, I'm not. I got kicked off.
The kid, do you have an email that you can put in the private chat? Because we'll all see it on the panel.
Yeah. Give me your email address. Most definitely.
That'd be great. And then we'll reach out to you that way. But the kid, just know that you're not alone, man. I promise you. We got you. Okay? Is that a deal? You promise to not think no suicidal thoughts and to start positive from today? You promise me? I need to hear it, the kid.
No, I fight them. I always fight them.
You fight who?
The suicidal thoughts.
Okay, so I'm asking you from today, can you do your best to communicate with us and accept the help from us? Can you promise me that? I need your word, the kid. I need your word. I know a man keeps his word. I need you to give me your word that you're not going to act on any suicidal thoughts. You're going to reach out to me immediately after the show.
I just put my email in there.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
I gave him my number. I send it to you, so check your email.
Okay, so the kid, you got 2 people now wanting to help you, man. If with your permission, can I drop your email in the comments or no? Because you might have other resources of people that want to help. Is that okay or no?
I say do it because
we a family. The kid, talk to me. I need your blessing.
The more
if you don't feel comfortable with that, I won't do it.
Yep. I said the more people reach out, the more.
Is that okay?
No, I love help.
Okay. See, you just took the first step. I love help.
I just gave you my personal number.
Now, the first time you came on the panel, you were saying I'm evil and I have a vengeance. Now you're saying I love help. So that tells me that there is a way that I can help you, and I'm going to help you. So the kid, I want to say thank you because you didn't even have to get on this panel. You are appreciated, you're loved, and you will be supported. Okay? Starting today. Is that a deal?
And if you have any of,
Hold on, Azure. Is that a deal, the kid? I need you to say that's a deal.
Yeah, I'm sorry to take so much of your time.
You didn't take, you didn't take much of our time, man.
I'm gonna tell like this, the kid. Everything you said was worth listening to and hearing. When Daphne support man's mental health, she really does this. I see this woman go out her way for people. If you don't believe me, look at the woman Instagram. The woman's Instagram speaks for itself.
Okay,
and this is what I like about it.
Azure, I'll talk to him offline. Nikki.
Yes, ma'am.
Nikki Jones, we also want your information too, please, because I know you're going through a lot. Like, ladies, it's not just about men, it's about you too. If you guys are in a situation where you're not getting the support at home and you're a female or a male, this wasn't just strictly just for men only. I said women, if you have some thoughts or if you also are experiencing something, I want to help you too. I just want to shed light on men like the kid who need love and support. He's been hurt by 3 different idiots. So Imagine how he feels. He's saying, I don't want no other relationships. He's been hurt. So now you see why some men choose to be hoes and some men like the kid just choose to keep it all bottled in. But just know that this is what changes men. When they've been hurt too many times, they start to give up on love. Yeah. Ladies, you have to listen and be there for him when he's not at his best. Y'all want Birkin bags and your hair done, your nails done, and fancy dinners, fancy spots. But the minute a man has a moment, you kick rocks. Why? Stick around. You're not going to be a wife doing that, because in a marriage, it's not no high roller coasters. You're going to go down and go through some loops. I need y'all to realize that being a wife is not about going up a roller coaster and never coming down. That's impossible. Stop believing these YouTube fake ass relationships
When you
are
swear love and support, and then as soon as somebody shows weakness, you boogie out. It hurts.
It
I
really
believe
does.
you. The kid, I believe you. I can hear the hurt in your voice. Just know that we're not going to treat you like those three idiots did. Just know that you are worth it. You can let your guard down with us, and we're not going to judge you. You're a good guy, the kid. You just took the first step today. So please know that you now have friends and people that are now emailing you. Your email is about to go crazy. Okay? You have love and support, man. We don't have to be in the same state to support you. We got you.
I
Okay?
tried to create family so many times
You're going to have family now. You
and
have family
failed.
now. Well, you're not going to fail
It
today.
hurts.
I know it hurts. The
The kid
kid, we
already,
know it hurts, man. That's why we're giving you our
and
information. We're
right.
here, man.
Yeah, we are. Because like I said, I normally got my information for no one, but you need to reach out. You need actual people who are gonna love, show you love and support, who's gonna want to talk to you, who's gonna show you understanding. And it's hard. I know, trust me. I have been through a lot. You talking to a man who's been through a lot of relationships, had his heart broken, has been used, has been cheated on. Trust me when I tell you, been used. Hell, I could say I was in one abusive relationship one time. And trust me, I know your pain. I know your frustration. And it's painful when you show your vulnerable side or stuff like that. They bail out at the last minute or don't want to
You
deal with
can't show your vulnerable side to women.
you. No, you
Sir,
can't.
hold on,
They
because I
will
have a
reject
doctor.
you.
I have a doctor that wants to speak. BSP, he's a really good guy. I want to give him a chance to speak too, because I'm gonna be wrapping up soon, so we can get in touch with the kid. BSP, you're on, sir. Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, I've been listening to all this, what the kid was saying. First of all, I may be a doctor, but I'm not exactly a psychiatrist, but I do have friends and colleagues who are, psychiatrists. I talk to them every time, and we discuss about the patients, they treat. And also, first of all, the kid and anyone who is thinking of this suicidal thoughts or self-deleting, don't do it. Please don't do it, because first of all, you are always important to someone in this world. Maybe you don't realize it, maybe you do, but the thing is, if you do something like that, if you delete yourself, then it's your well-wishers who's going to get hurt. Your families is the one who's going to get hurt, because when you do that, you'll be gone, but then it's your family and your friends and your well-wishers who's going to left behind
Sometimes
to deal with the
oblivion seems so yummy.
So I didn't get that. Anyway, the thing is, if you are hurt, first of all, the next logical step to do is to heal yourself. All right. And when we talk about healing yourself, the goal here is to find happiness, right?
But what
And
if you
remember,
spent decades trying to heal yourself and it didn't work?
So hold on,
look,
BSP.
man,
BSP, let me answer that real quick. So, like I was telling you before, the kid, you might have tried to get help in the past and it didn't work, but we're telling you now you have help here through all of us. There are people right now in the comments saying that they've been sending you emails already. So you should be getting emails. I believe my husband also gave you his personal number in the chat. So we're already showing you without even knowing you that we care about you. So I need you to not think about what happened in the past and give us an opportunity to show you we're nothing like what you experienced. But in order for that to happen, you have to let go of what other people did and give us a chance to be different.
Dude,
that's my point exactly. Look, listen.
Hurts so much.
It does. We all hear the hurt. Listen to me. The
Look,
kid,
brother.
hurt, man. You got some emotional men in the comments right now that just want to give you a hug. Like, bro, they feel you. They feel what you. I can hear your hurt. We can feel your hurt. We're all sad. Like, I don't even want to continue this show. So I'm gonna have to wrap up this show because we definitely want to get in touch with the kid. This is a very
No, go ahead and move on.
no,
I'm sorry to waste all your time.
no, you did not waste the kid. I need you to listen to me. I've been on for 2 hours. This show, you didn't waste my time. You are valuable and you are important. And I'm not going to sit here and continue the show when I think we've addressed what I wanted to talk about. But now I want to help. I didn't do this show just to do it and end it. I did it because if there was someone that needed help, it's a 911 to me. I want to help you. So you guys, I'm going to be wrapping up the show so we can get in touch with the kid. Nikki, if you can please, when this show is over, Nikki Jones, please leave your information in the comments as well so I can reach out to you. I'm going to give you my number today too, Nikki. So the kid, just know that you have family now. Welcome to our family. We're here to help you and embrace you and have your back. Okay? You
You're
promised me.
not alone.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. Kid, look, next thing
Yeah,
is to
help
heal yourself. I
Nikki.
know you've been trying to heal yourself. That's fine. Look, listen to me carefully. The goal here is to find happiness, all right? And let me tell you about happiness. True happiness comes from within, all right, not outside. You have to look inside first of all. It's if anyone is trying to help you, don't turn them down. You reach out to them as well, but you also have to teach. No, true happiness is from within. The first step to do is to, like Daphne said, is to let go of the outside painful connections that you have. It's not worth it. Your life is more important than that. All right. Look within yourself and find out what makes you happy the most. It's within you. True happiness comes from within, not from any kind of outside illusions that whatever that you see every day. It's within yourself. You just have to look for yourself. You may take some time, but you can do it if you accept help from others. There are always people willing to reach out. Look at here right now. You said that you're sorry you wasted. No, you didn't waste anyone's time here. All right. You help will always come to you if you look for it. Just don't deny that. Just let go. Let go of all the pain. First of all, the first step, let go of everything, the pain or the outside BS, whatever. That's the first step you do.
Thank you. So, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to give the kid, I need you to stay on while everybody offers their last minute thoughts. Before I let everybody get their last word in, Nikki Jones, Black Rage, please make sure you leave your emails in the comments. You guys are very important. All three of you guys are important. Nobody is more important than the other person. I'm going to help as many of you guys as I can, but I can't if you don't give me the information, okay? So, Azure, I start with you. Please keep your last comments about 60 seconds if you can, because I'm going to be wrapping up. So go ahead. You can go first.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to say this. What he's saying, the kiddery was correct. Healing has come from within. But the thing is, he also forgot to say, also healing comes from others. If you let us willing to heal you and let us come for you and show us that we can love you and admire you and respect you as a human being from one to another. That's why I gave my number 4. I gave my number so I can show you the love and the courtesy. And you could be vulnerable to me because you want to know why? Because I have been vulnerable. I was in your position before. Granted, I have never been married, but I know it's like I said, like to be used, hurt, beaten down. I understand your frustration and pain. So I want you to use my number. I want you to reach out to me as much as you can. I don't care if I'm busy or I'm in the middle of doing something. Call me. You hear me? I'm being serious. And like I said, I normally do not give out my information to nobody. You're the first person I gave my number to that's outside that needs help. And I want to help you. But you got to allow me to do that. You hear me what I'm saying? After that, that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Azure. Thank you so much. And next we'll do BSP. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, sir?
No, this is all. I was going to say. I want to say a lot of things, but I guess you're wrapping up, so maybe next time.
No, did you have something else important to say?
I mean, not important exactly. I said everything. But I want to say this. First of all, it's too. It's really, it also riles me up when I look at people, who think of suicidal thoughts, because I've seen that myself. People would come to the hospital in intensive care units, with the attempt to delete themselves, in the nick of time. They would be brought in, and then we'll shift them up to the intensive care unit. And then when we are treated, when we treat them, then we'll be, transferring that patient for the counseling, for the psychiatric counseling, whatever. But the worst thing is the family that brings them. This is what I've been talking about. The family that brings them, they are always devastated. So those of you who even are thinking of suicide, first think about your family, think about your friends, what they will go through. All right, because it's not just you. They'll be left. I said this before. They'll be left behind with all the pain and everything when you are gone. This is what I wanna, I wanna highlight. It's not just about you. It's your families also. They will be greatly affected. You have to understand. You have to understand that. This is what I wanna say. That's all.
Thank you so much. What you said was important as well. And like I said, you guys just heard him. He said he's seen it. He's seen people come in to the emergency room where they had to transport them to intensive care because they tried to take their life and someone caught them in the nick of time. So, guys, like I said, your life is worth it. I mean, even if you don't have a spouse, if you have siblings, if you have friends, there's somebody out there that cares about you. There's somebody out there, even if it's strangers. I learned in life that sometimes when they say blood is thicker than water, there were times where water was there and blood wasn't. Water meaning like your friends, water meaning like your coworkers. Those people have more interest in your health than your own family. Sometimes it's strangers who offer you the most love and support. So don't be afraid to accept it, because if you continue to shut off the world, then we can only do so much. We can't force you to take our help. So the kid took the first step today. Nikki Jones took the first step today. Black Rage took the first step today. Brian took the first step today. A lot of them said things that they probably wouldn't have never said, and they said it live on a show. So you guys are valued, you're appreciated, and we're going to do everything we can to help you guys, because we know that when you're talking to a psychiatrist and a therapist, they just want the money. They're going to tell you the same lackluster comment they would tell the next person. But when you're talking to a stranger that actually understands where you're coming from, we can offer you more guidance and help. So, babe, Sudden Sports, was there anything else you wanted to say before we wrap up?
I'll just be brief. I mean, no matter what trauma or whatever you guys going through, men and women, man. I mean, just get it out. Speak with somebody that you feel comfortable with, whether it's a stranger. I mean, whatever. Just speak with somebody so you're able to get whatever's on your mind and what's bothering you out. So you're not dealing with these mental issues and they're not prolonging you and affecting you throughout your life. So, like again, like we're all here to help each other. So just get it out. And again, man, Black Ranger, we were already speaking.
First thing is to think
Um,
about.
and the other gentleman we were speaking to. So you got my information, you got my wife's information, man. So please use it, because I don't give my number out just to anybody. So please use it, and I want you to use it. And you can call or whatever you want to do, man. I'm here to listen to both you guys or whoever wants to use that information. So and that's it for me.
Thanks, babe. The kid. Again, I want to say thank you so much for your time, because you didn't have to be here today. You didn't have to say anything, right? So, was there anything else you wanted to say to the people that are in the comments that are really supporting you, that are behind you? Was there? Do you feel a little bit better than you did when you first came onto the show? The kid, are you there? It looks like he left. Okay, so he might have left off the show. So you guys, we'll reach out to him. Just know that your mental health matters. A lot of people are not doing shows like this because they don't really give a fuck. They only care about them getting monetized and making money, but they're not understanding that there's a lot of people that are battling something that you don't even know about because you didn't think to ask. And we should do better with not judging people that cry or that show emotion. They're not crazy, y'all. They're not crazy. They're not, psycho and all these names that people get called. Or they're not off their meds. They're human. They just need someone to say, hey, what's wrong? You never know what someone's going through. You never know until you actually sit there and listen. We don't do enough of that. Y'all so into these dumbass shows and songs and these social media pictures and ads and TikTok. We have to start really caring about each other. It starts at home. It really does, guys. It starts at home. We have to do better. We do. And everyone's life matters. No one is above the next person. We're all human, right? So I did this show because if I didn't, who knows? I'm thankful that the people that spoke today, they felt comfortable enough to speak. That's hard to do. Even if you don't have a picture, it's hard to do because people are going to judge you no matter what. I just want you guys to know that this mental health thing, it is real to me because I lived it. I was diagnosed with anxiety, depression in 2011. I was on suicide watch for 2 weeks. They thought I was going to kill myself. My husband can attest to all this. I don't have to make up no lie to get somebody to buy a shirt. I really went through this in my life. About $50,000 in medical bills. $50,000, guys. That's how much I racked up by going to the hospital every 3 seconds over a panic attack. And there's one person that I met in the hospital that I caught trying to take his own life. One of my high school friends. And I saved his life because the nurses weren't watching. They were so busy watching the women and caring about the women, they weren't looking at the men. And he was able to get a can and open up the can where it had the ridges. You know, when you get a soda can and you try to break it open. And that's what he did. He had the ridge of it. He had the can where it was sharp. It was opened up. And I caught him. And I told him, you ain't going to do that in front of me. Put him on blast and made him throw it. So what I'm saying, guys, is there's a reason why I felt like men are being overlooked. Ladies, you got to do better with listening to your man. Father's Day is approaching. No matter what he did wrong to you, that is still the father of your child. You still have a child that you guys have to raise. You don't want your child to see your bitter and toxic ass all the time talking bad about the dad. No matter what he did, show a little bit of appreciation to him because there were some things that he did right. Everything couldn't have been wrong if you had a fucking kid with him. Everything couldn't have been wrong if you decided to marry him or take it to the next level. You have to start looking at the things he did right. When people say, how come she stayed when he cheated? Because she didn't leave for the one thing he did wrong when there was 1,000 things he did right. How come she's sticking around when this dude is crazy and he's off his meds? Because he wasn't always like that. We got to remember that there's an origin to everything, right? We got to do better, ladies. Our men need us. Our men really need us. And we're not there for them like we're supposed to be. Soon as they start shedding a tear, you leave. The kid just proved my point. Soon as it gets hard, women leave. 3 women that he was married to left him because shit got rough. So fellas, that's why I say it's okay to test a woman every now and then. Cry in front of her. Fake cry in front of her and see how she acts. And if she doesn't have any sympathy, don't marry her. Because trust me, a woman is going to show you who she is. You're not going to marry her on day one, right? Just like reading a book. Are you just going to go to the last page? You just skip the whole book. Stop doing that with women, going to the last page and go through them fucking chapters. Go through the chapters. See how they are really. Stop rushing into shit and you'll be just fine. Fellas, you got to start reading through the book and stop going to that last page because she looks good. Everything ain't good on the outside. They can have a warm, maybe be rotten to the core on the inside. So what I'm saying is there's a lot of women out there that are damaging good men, like the kid, damaging them. They know that they're sweet and nice, and they know that they don't want that. They want something rough, and they want a man to do everything for them, but not have any emotion. They know that already. So what the kid went through, he went through 3 times. So imagine how someone like Michael B. Jordan feels after giving his love and got dissed. So like I said, understand why some men are angry, because when they give you their heart, you take it and break it. That's fucked up. If you don't want to be in no relationship with a man, let him know at the beginning, ladies. Stop playing these games. The kid is broken. And I thank God he did not take his life or did not hurt anyone. But he's broken. We all heard his pain. A lot of men are not going to open up like that. So again, guys, I want to say thank you for attending. I know the show went longer than I expected it to, but to me, it was worth it. So if you guys didn't get anything out of this show, I feel bad for you because I got a lot out of this show. We got men and women that are suffering. Brian, the kid, Nikki Jones, Black Rage, all of them are suffering. From men to women. It wasn't just men, it was a woman too. And it's perfectly okay to tell people that it's not okay. I promise you guys. I know I can't get to every single person, but if you're having those kind of thoughts, to me, that's 911. There's many ways you can reach me. There's too many ways, guys, and I'm not charging. So there's no excuse for you not to reach out. So guys, listen, ladies, if you know someone going through mental health, call them. Don't send a text, are you okay? Call them. Go drop by and see them. Go check on them. Y'all don't do that enough. Father's Day is next Sunday. If you're not going to do it on any other day, at least do it this month and just see how different their attitude changes when you check on them. A man loves when a woman says, hey, just checking on you. Did you eat yet? Damn, she cares about me like that? Did you eat yet? No, I didn't eat. On my way. Come on, ladies, take them out. Ask them if they ate. Most of the times, they probably just snacking on bullshit. Take them out on a date. Ask them if they're okay. Hey, I just want to come over and talk. I just want to come over and check on you and see how you're doing. Stop FaceTiming and sending TikToks and go and see them. Like I said, guys, I mean, there are some good women out there that really do care. But if you're hurt and you're broken, you will never have a good relationship. You won't. You have to heal, fellas. It's okay to heal. Heal first. Then start dating. But heal first. If you don't heal, you'll never be good for no woman. And ladies, same thing with you. Stop taking what Pookie did to you into every relationship. Not all men are like that. Stop treating every good man like Pookie. It goes both ways, guys. All I'm saying is you're not alone in this battle. I go through mental health on a daily. It happens all the time. You're not alone. So I want to say thank you to everyone who listened. Thank you to everyone who offered support, their email information, their kind words. You are appreciated. You are. And I hope more platforms that are bigger than me do things like this because they don't do this enough. You never know whose life you're saving. I've saved a lot of lives in my career. It was your call. I was just about to hang myself. You're like, the fuck? It's really happening like that, guys. People feel like they'll be more relieved if they just hang themselves. Celebrities do it all the time, right? The easy way out. Don't take the easy way out. Your life matters. If no one tells you it does, I'm telling you it does today. Your life matters. So, guys, please reach out to me. I'm here for you guys. And like I said, mental health will always be prevalent, but we need to start putting the light on men. Men, you're not going to have to go through this alone. If more women stood up for you guys, this would be bigger than we know. NFL, NBA, all of them only started doing it when COVID hit. They should have been did this for men. Men have been suffering for years, and now y'all want to do something because we're stuck in a bubble? That's not how it should be. I've been talking about mental health for over a decade, and nobody heard me. Well, I hope you guys hear me now. So I hope you guys have a good Sunday. If you guys need me, CelebriD is my email. My Instagram. You can reach me on all platforms. I have Twitter, TikTok, I have them all. If you don't have any social media, then in the comments, leave your email. If you don't have an email, then something's wrong. It's free to create an email, guys. Even if you don't want me to have your real email. It ain't like I can't find it out anyway. So don't try to tell me you're going to hurt yourself and then try to hide because I'll find you. I'm not going to let nothing happen to you if I can change it. So just know that I do believe in you guys. And I want to say thank you for supporting me and subscribing to me. And I'll see you guys on the next show. Stay blessed, stay healthy. And I appreciate all of you guys.